what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Barry bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Barry, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jade Raymond persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jade, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up. Jade Barry in persona, got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, place? Another episode of the What's Up PlayStation podcast. Episode 194 to be exact. Yes, it's been a while. We took a little break because we was at PAX East this past weekend, but we are here back again to talk about our PAX East experience and all the latest and greatest PlayStation news. What up, people? I see the beautiful people in the chat. What is up, everyone? Appreciate everybody coming through. There's a poll going on right now as well. So if you want to participate, definitely let us know. We're going to talk about it when we get to that news topic. But yeah, for those people that are new here to What's Up PlayStation podcast, as we're shutting down, new people come around. We are a PlayStation centric podcast where we talk about the latest. And I mean the greatest, the good, the bad, the ugly news of PlayStation throughout the week. I am one of the hosts here, and my name is Jay Barry, as you can see on the top up there. And I got the best lists on YouTube, okay? And you see the guy right there down below me, wiping his eyes, waking up in the morning, drinking his coffee, drinking his matcha, drinking his macchiato, drinking his venti frappe over there down there. You know what I mean? The gaming god. Huh? The marathon god.
I don't know about that.
the guy that he when he saw a marathon, he said the art don't look right.
Yo, did I say that? I probably did too. No cap.
You already knew what was up. You already knew something was fraudulent.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Yo, my bro, Game with Persona, man. What's good, Persona?
Yo, what's good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, Gaming with Persona, one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. And welcome to episode 194 of What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast for the community, by the community. Shout out to the WUPS community. Appreciate you guys always coming through, rocking out with us. And yeah, man, listen, it's this gonna be a spicy episode. You feel me? It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be talked about. It's gonna get raw. We talking Eddie Murphy style raw. You understand? I'm definitely not holding it back on this show. It's gonna be a really good show. We definitely gonna be talking about a lot, man. But shout out to the people in the chat, the people that might be finding our channel for the first time. And if you are finding our channel for the first time, hopefully by the end of the show, we earn your like and subscribe. Also, shout out to the Knicks, New York, stand up. Shout out to my Knicks, you understand? New York.
Hey, are you a Knicks fan now?
Brother, I'm a New Yorker. That's it.
Oh,
any team that's from New York going to any type of championship, I'm for. It don't
matter.
The
pride of the city.
Absolutely. I want my city to win in all sports and endeavors. You understand? So shout out to my Knicks. You understand?
Oh, so we Biden? Let me see.
Are we? Oh, man. Oh, no.
Is it Biden for y'all? Let us know.
Let me know. Let me know. Nah, I'm not hearing no button. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing no button, guys. Yo, Shake Kappa, what up? Jason Alston, what's good? Arcade, TZ in the building. Yeah, you're not botting for me. You good, Barry. Go ahead. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Starting y'all Saturday morning.
I was just listening to the feedback. I don't hear no button on it. But
it's no button. It's no button. We good. Jazzy Jefferson, Muck, Shake. Shout out to everybody.
Yo, Chuck,
man.
What up, bro? Shout out to my man Chuck, man. He been going through it. You know what I mean? Boston fan.
Are you a West Coaster Boston fan? Yo, Chuck backwards as hell, man. Get up out of here, man. Get up out of here.
But Chuck been a Boston fan for a long time, so I know he a pure Boston fan. But,
Chuck, how you feel to watch that loss yesterday? Give me a scale of 1 to 10. How you felt by the end of that loss? You understand? Shout out to New York.
He probably turned the TV off when what's his name filed out.
Was Tatum? No, not Tatum.
Not Tatum. Not Brunson. Homeboy that cut his hair. Yo, but y'all, today's going to be a very interesting episode. You know, we got a lot of news to talk about. We got an impression, and we're going to be talking about our PAX East experience as well. But yeah, it's some good news this week, but we got some real talk news as well that we got to lay out there and you know, give our opinions that like we big give our opinions. But you know, even though it don't matter how many episodes we can do with timestamp, shout out to my man Viper Reap, let y'all know about how we feel about PlayStation live service. You know, people always spin shit. But let's get into it, Persona Man. Let's get into it, yo. Well, how was your week this week though, Persona Man? Coming back from PAX and everything. How you feeling?
Hey, yo, real talk, man. And this always happens when I come back from vacations. I get sick for some, well, more so coming back from these goddamn conventions. You understand? People sneezing, coughing, you're around a whole bunch of different other people and all that. I definitely should have wore a mask while I was in the convention for sure. But as soon as I got back, Barry, I was sick. I got sick. Well, I was sick as a dog all week, bro. And it's funny because I felt it Monday when we was getting ready to leave and we got to the
you was
train
like,
station.
yo, I'm getting sick.
Yeah, I felt it a little bit, but it wasn't like, it's kind of like, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. By Monday night, I was like, yeah, like I was like, you know, taking medicine and whatever and trying, I was like, all right, I think it's going to creep up. Tuesday, I got up, went to the gym, started my routine, you know, went to the office. I felt it. And I was like, yeah, I'm sick. I felt it. I felt it like, you know, when you start getting that sore throat, you start feeling, your body starts feeling achy. By Tuesday night, Barry, I was like, nah. But I still got up in the morning on Wednesday, went to the gym. I could barely lift as heavy as I normally do. I was like, yeah, my body was weak. I went to the office. I had to leave early. I was just like, yo, I can't. Why am I here?
Well, it's out.
I was like, nah.
Yo, like that's one thing that's kind of weird when it comes to gaming events. Like I feel like a lot of people, they don't really socialize like that outside of their gaming circle or the internet. So they don't know personal space. They don't know personal, like, there's people like you sit down, the row empty as hell, but I'm gonna sit right next to you like, yo, bro, like you could go to another row. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's how you end up getting sick. You know what I mean? Because these people, they don't know.
Yeah, bro. And then, you know, standing in them lines super close to this person, it was so. But listen, the elite combo, Barry. I got my Korean spicy chicken noodle soup. I got my ginger ale. You understand? I already had Dayquil. I already had Dayquil and NyQuil. I had my oranges. You understand? I had got some emergency. You understand? I had my Bigelow.
Okay.
I was good. I was like, listen, we gonna fight this. And luckily I take vitamins and all that. So like, honestly, even though like I was sick, I wasn't like, I was sick and kind of out of it. It didn't last that long because I take vitamins and I eat very well and all that anyway. So like my body fought that off it fought it off quicker than I thought. Cause by Thursday, like cause we talked Thursday or Wednesday. I forgot what day we talked on the phone, but by like Thursday evening, I was like, all right, I feel good. By Friday, I woke up. I took that NyQuil that night on Thursday. By Friday, I woke up. Your boy was back. I said, oh, I got my energy.
That man made a tweet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I made a tweet. Praise be unto the Most High for giving me the strength to overcome. Absolutely. But yeah, you know, this week was cool. You know, gaming. You know, we're playing Doom. I was managed to, you know, play quite a bit of Doom actually, which we're gonna talk about in our impressions. But what about you, Barry? How you feeling this week, man? Back from vacation, get back in the rigmarole. I see you posting those $1 million numbers like you. I mean, shit, brother, you ain't gotta flex like that, brother.
Listen, man.
You ain't gotta flex on them like that, right?
Yeah, you remember when I used to talk about sales a lot and, you know, break down Sony financials and you know, people be coming to like, what are you talking about? You acting like you're accountants.
Yo, it's funny too, because when you talk about that stuff, people think like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. In my mind,
yo,
like,
and they be thinking I'd be wrong when it comes to like financials or predicting certain things PlayStation would do. And then that's why I came over the but Jay Barry, you know what I mean? Because every single time it come around, I'm like, oh damn. Well, I always thought, no, you did it because I could go back to the chat and see what you thought. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But nah, this week was crazy because Thursdays, and Tuesdays normally very crazy, hectic days for me where a lot of money come in. So you know what I mean? Just getting back into that and catching up to some of the stuff that was missing because there's certain like files and whatnot I don't like nobody touching. So you know what I mean? The fact that we missed, or it was Thursday we went out and a Friday, you know what I mean? The past week money and this week money, you know what I mean? I had to, you know, catch up on.
Catch up on that, yeah. It's funny too, because that was me Tuesday. You know, being out so long, there was a lot of things I was definitely catching up on work wise. I get it for sure.
Oh yeah. I definitely pivot table a lot. There's a lot of stuff I hide from that because, you know, I just don't want to show, you know, the payers or, you know, where the money's coming from. But there's a lot of pivot tables, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of stuff that I do. And then I send it off to people. So you get another breakdown and fix errors and stuff like that. But yo, what's good, Wolf, man? What's good, Sumo, man? Appreciate you. Yo, Foxing, what up? Aaron, what up?
Aaron, shout out to everybody. Viper.
Yeah, Viper in the building. What's good, man? But I didn't get sick, though, Persona. I didn't get sick. You know why I didn't get sick, Persona?
Light skin powers. Why you ain't get sick, Barry?
What was I drinking in the morning?
You was drinking a green tea.
Green tea, the straight green tea, bro. No honey, no nothing. And I mean, I forgot my honey, but I was like, you know what? I just raw dog this green tea. You know, I was drinking that every morning, man, or almost every morning.
Yeah, you definitely were though. I was drinking water though. Like I was drinking a lot of water. You know, I'm still trying to get my protein in and all that. Which, yo, one thing too, like when you're on vacation, it's hard to stay on your routine. Like when you build like a routine, like I have a routine of like when I eat, what I eat, how much of it I eat, like things like that. And when you're on vacation, you can't really do that, at least not effectively. So like, yeah,
when I'm on vacation, like, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah, like there are days I'm not like yo, I think it was Saturday. We didn't eat till like the nighttime. You know, I'm snack. I had like a jerky or something like that. But like that definitely like because you know I try to keep my protein levels high because you know I weight train, so keep my muscle mass up. But go ahead.
Personally, I don't eat that much. I don't eat no 3 times a day meal. Like normally, if I miss anything, breakfast, lunch, I care about dinner mostly. So you know what I mean. That's just me personally. But when I'm on vacation, I don't really care about like because I'm not home. You know what I mean. I'm not trying to do my routine. I wake up early every fucking morning. But even when we was there, I woke up early. But you know, I was like, yo, Bar, get your ass back to sleep. I was like, what am I getting up for? To do what?
Yeah, my alarm was still going off. Like I think it was Friday. It went off 4:30 in the morning.
Bro.
On Saturday or something. I was like, nah, let me push that to like 7 because like we on vacation. I ain't really gotta be.
Yeah, I didn't change my alarm go off. My alarm go off every day except for the weekends. I don't have an alarm on the weekends, but my alarm go off at 5 and 5:30 every day. I didn't change it because I didn't want to, turn it off and then I have it off when I'm back home. But even though I don't really need it, but end of the day, I'm like, yo, I'm on vacation, man. I was getting up at 5. Anyway. I was up. Yeah, I was up. You know what I mean? I walked around a little bit. I was like, why am I up? You know what I mean? Yeah, shit to do. Let's go back to sleep, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yo, we appreciate y'all coming through. This episode, we're going to do things a little bit different where normally we talk about the games for the week that came out. I know Capcom Fighting Collection 2, that came out, and Doom came out as well as far as like the big notable games. But we're going to be talking about Doom and we're going to be talking about our PAX East experience before we go into the news for the week. So let's get into that, Persona, man. Let's talk about some Doom. And how you feeling about Doom so far? You know what I mean? Like, are you liking it compared to the prior newer Dooms like 2016 or Eternal? How is it? Is it panning out for you?
Yeah, yo. So Doom the Dark Ages, I put it out on Twitter a couple days ago, but I'm absolutely loving Doom the Dark Ages. It's fun as hell, right? It's definitely a very different from Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, right? I do think from the Dark Ages perspective, they definitely went bigger when it came to storytelling, when it came to the set pieces, when it came to the environments and things like that. There's definitely a much larger playground for you to play in when it comes to Doom, which I can appreciate because there's more room, there's a lot more things going on, there's more enemies, there's a lot of things happening. I'm playing on ultra violent difficulty, which is I think hard.
That's the second to last one.
No, I think that's the third to last one.
That's before Nightmare. That's the one I'm playing on. I don't remember the name, but you might be right.
Ultra violent, which is hard difficulty. But comparing it, looking at like the story, like I said, the story aspect, I like so far as well. The set pieces, and the cinematic, because this is definitely much more of a cinematic. They definitely went more cinematic when it comes to Doom with this game, which I can appreciate. Adds more storytelling, adds more depth to Doom Slayer or Doom Guy, and what he does. Right.
This is like his origin story or something.
No. This game is the old school Doom games from the late 80s, early 90s, Doom 1, Doom 2. This, I believe, is the next iteration within that chronological order. So we'll go Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom Dark Ages, then Doom 2016, and then Eternal, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody else that's a Doom Pro, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the proper chronological timeline of the Doom games. I could be wrong. No, it's Doom. Yeah, Doom Dark Ages. Then I think it's Doom 64. I forget. But I know this is before 2016 and Eternal for sure. This is definitely before 2016 and Eternal. But when it comes to the combat, I think they definitely added a lot. That the shield dynamic, adding a parry and things like that to the game. I really, really like that because that adds a different dynamic to a game like this that's really centered around shooty, bang, bang, which is still the core premise of Doom, especially with Dark Ages. But having the shield there and being able to parry attacks and ability, projectiles and all these other different things. I like that aspect of it a lot, actually. And even the shield, being able to kind of hone in on an enemy with a shield bash, I like that as well. Like
that shield bash is kind of broken. That's just
it is
strong.
Because it can kill a lot of the smaller trash mob enemies in like one hit and whatnot. So I do think the combat and whatnot is fun. When it comes to the weapons, I've always been a super shotgun guy. Like, I can go.
Oh yeah, that shotgun is nasty.
I can go the entire game with just using a super shotgun. Like I've done that in 16, Eternal. Like that's always been my gun. You feel me? So once I get the super shotty, I'm happy, right? But a lot of the other weapons I like as well. Your normal run of the mill, you get your machine gun type of weapon, and they're kind of
what's
more
that
old
ball?
school.
That ball and chain joint I like that joint.
The chainsaw charge weapon. I like that too because that takes off their. I don't know what chapter you're on. I don't want to spoil it in terms of weapons.
I think I'm on chapter 8. I think I stopped at. Yeah.
All right, so you're about to get it anyway, but pause. But you get an ability with the shield where whenever you return, whenever you parry the projectiles, you also do an interrupt, which adds another dynamic to the combat with you being able to close in the gap and do more melee focus. I like the different melees that you have now. You got the punch, and then you got the chain mail and all these other different things. I really enjoy the game. Now, the movement, right? I love the movement is fast, right? But it's not as fast as something like Eternals or 2016. It's definitely not. It's definitely a little bit slower, especially since I just recently
feel more grounded.
Playing. Yeah, you're definitely more grounded. I recently just got finished playing Doom 2016 not too long ago, so like it's very fresh in my mind. Playing Doom Dark Ages, it's definitely you definitely feel a little bit slower, but it's not so slow to where it's off-putting or it throws off the flow of the combat or the flow of a session whenever you're fighting enemies, especially since the world is much more bigger now. It's much bigger, much more open. So even though you may feel, I personally feel like it's just a smidge slower. The shield bash and being able to close in the gap and do all these different things, it still flows enough to where you still moving around and you sliding and you doing this and that and hitting and this. So to me it still feels fast, but comparing it to Eternals of 2016, it's a little bit slower. But I'm enjoying the game a lot. I'm on chapter 10. I enjoy the story. I think the story is cool. The world looks beautiful. The enemies are tough, right? Especially playing on hard difficulty. I enjoy the weapons. I enjoy the collectibles, you know, trying to collect everything. I'm trying to collect everything in every chapter before I move on. And I enjoy it quite a bit, man. It's Doom. Like at its core, it's Doom. So like if you're familiar with the Doom franchise, you're gonna feel right at home with this game, with the added caveat of you got some new tools and new fun things that you're able to do with the shield, different melee abilities and things like that. The shield saw that you can now slice through enemies or stagger them and close in the gap on bigger enemies and all that different stuff. So it's very fun, man. That parry is so fun and satisfying. I love this game. It's great.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the game a lot too. I'm not like a Doom person like that. I do have the Doom games, to be honest with you, but I never really got around to like deep dive like playing it. So yeah, I have 2016. I have Eternal. Even the older ones, I played them back in the day as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying the Dark Ages, man. I think it's a pretty fun game. I like the pace. I like the fact that you can increase the speed. So I put the speed up from the original speed, just to make the movement faster. The run feels fast. I like the shield implementations. I think it's pretty cool. You know, even though I kind of wish sometimes that the shield bash was on a different button rather than the shoot button, because there's times where you're shielding and you know you want to shoot this person to get them off you and it does a shield bash. I'm like, cause you got to block some of the projectiles that's coming, because it's a lot. I'm like, no, I don't want to shield bash there, but sometimes it happens. So I find myself
there's a weird, sorry to cut you off. There's like a weird delay when you put up the shield, and then when you get switched to a weapon, there's like a delay. I get what you mean, where it's not as fluid.
Even the switching of the weapon, I feel like that could be fast. Like everything is about fast and speed. The weapon is an animation that kind of like, sometimes I don't want to switch the weapon. Just let the auto switch happen if I run out of ammo, because even though this weapon is better here, it's such a slowdown that everybody else is attacking me. I might get hit while I'm in that animation. But there's a lot of things I love about the game, but there's certain things I feel like quality of life, or it could be better. Where the shield throw, I like how it feels. I like how tactile everything is. But I feel like the retraction of the shield coming back to you, that should damage enemies as well. There's times where I would throw the shield and I'm moving, because you gotta be constantly moving, and I'll see the shield come back. I'm like, oh, you ain't hit. It's going through the enemies. You ain't hit nobody. Like, come on, man. You can at least hit the enemies.
There's an ability that you can unlock which widens the width of the shield whenever you throw it, and when it retracts back, it'll do that.
So when it retracts back, you can get damage.
I think I could be wrong on that. Hold up.
Yeah, because I've been testing that. I'm like, because there's certain little challenges they have with each like chapter, and one of them was like get like shield kills, like man, with multiple shield kills. I think it was like 5 enemies in a row, something like that. And so when I was doing, I was throwing the shield a lot just to try to get that, and I'm showing it, but I'm also moving. And I'm like, yo, it's coming back and just going through enemies. Like, yo, that could have been dope if you was actually hitting the enemies while it was retracting. But I look more into the abilities and whatnot for sure. This is just me. I'm only up to chapter 8, so I don't know if you get more. I'm hearing there's like 20 something chapters in this game. So
there's 22, and you get more stuff. Like the further you get in, you're going to definitely get more. I
also feel like the strafing could be better, man. I feel like as a game that wants to move fast and whatnot, the strafing, you definitely rely a lot on the shield, but I will like that side to side movement a little bit faster for the strafe. Like even when you jump, like I feel like the jump is very it feels like a hop more than a jump. I get this guy's a big burly motherfucker, but I would love for that strafe jump, you know what I mean, to feel a little bit faster, or it goes a little bit further distance wise. Cause some of my deaths in this game, maybe that's me just need to get used to the game more, but some of my deaths in the game is like me trying to, you know, jump away from a attack, or, you know, so sometimes you can't just block everything in this game. So you try to strafe away or jump, and it still will hit me because I'm like, damn, this short little hop, man. Like, come on, bro. But overall, I'm liking the set pieces. I'm liking the Pacific Rim chapter. That was pretty dope. With the big little robot that you got into. The map layouts or the level design seemed pretty cool. Oh, I will say this, right? They have a lot of secrets in the game, Well, I feel like the map tells you everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm
it
like,
does.
damn, this is a secret, but the map kind of told me where I needed to go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. There
I
is
didn't.
no sense of. I get what you mean with that. There's like no sense
Yeah.
of discovery, like because it's just
Yeah, like
look at the map
I
and it's
didn't
all
figure
there.
it out. I
But,
just looked at the map. I'm like, oh, maybe I need to go here. Oh, there it is, secret. You know what I mean?
no, but that's been there though in Doom games.
In the Doom games,
where,
okay. So
yeah, like
maybe
they have,
it's,
like, the auto map.
it's a me
Yeah.
thing. But don't get it twisted. I like the map. I think the map is pretty cool. I like how you can just move around and twist it, and there's multiple layers and all that stuff you're looking at. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I could definitely see myself like finishing this game and platinum this game. It's real talk, and eventually going back into the older ones, and finishing those out as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying Doom. I think it's pretty good, man. I definitely highly recommend anyone if you're on the fence. I think this is going to be a fun game.
Even if you're not good at the game, still buy it because they got all these modifiers.
We're going to talk about that later when it comes to like modifications and whatnot. But the fact that the game like prompts you to these mods right away, I'm just like, damn, let me play the game. You know what I mean? Like as soon as I boot the joint up and ready to go, start to play the game. Oh, here's another screen modification. So I'm looking at the screen like, what is this? Oh. So it doesn't matter what difficulty somebody play on, they can use these modifications to adjust the difficulty or the challenge. I'm like,
we're gonna dive into that later. That's gonna be a good conversation to have when we do get to that point.
Yeah, what that's gonna be one of the topics that we're gonna talk about and give our perspective. Cause yeah, we're a bunch of old heads. And when I
older than me.
What I mean? When I think about a challenge, I'm thinking like, all right, what the developer is giving you, not adjusting everything. But we'll talk about it later. But overall, Doom, the Dark Ages, I like it a lot. I think it's pretty good. I like how dude, bro, and burly and manly this game is, man. Like everything hits, it's crunchy. You know what I mean? The shotgun, yeah. When I got that super shotgun, yo, bro. That Mason chain joint when you charge it up and just hits enemies, it's fun. I like it. Feels good, But your Persona.
Yo.
Let's move it along, man. Cause we went to PAX East, man. The Penny Arcade. We went to the Penny Arcade experience over here. PAX East 2025. This is our second PAX East that we went to, and we just went as regular.
A couple of fanboys. Really?
Yeah, a couple of fanboys that bash other platforms every week on this podcast. Yeah,
man, crazy.
So yeah, we're going to talk about our PAX East 2025 experience and the things we liked or the things that we feel like they can adjust here at PAX. But yeah, give me your thoughts on PAX East, man. How you feeling about PAX East? How was your experience there? The games that you played, things that they can improve upon within the event, and are you going back next year?
So the first thing I will say, because I've gone to a lot of gaming conventions in my life, a lot, right? I've really got to say, this year at PAX, and there's always this running stigma at gaming conventions of the smells, right? The funk, right? Right? Listen, bro, I gotta speak on it, man. That's always been a stigma, unfortunately, of like conventions or like gamers. Is hygiene. Hygiene has always been something that has always been a problem. It'd be funky. I gotta say, yo, this year
it wasn't bad. That's because I thought you was gonna lean towards it stump, but it wasn't bad this year.
Yo, listen, bro.
We've been in some crowds.
Yo, we were. Yo, real talk. It wasn't bad this year. Like legitimately, it was not bad. Now, was there a few funky people here and there? Yeah, of course. But it wasn't like how you would normally expect it to be at like a gaming convention like this. Especially because it was a lot of people too. Like wall to wall, it was a lot of people. It was good, bro. It was really good. Yeah. I was like, yo. And I said the bar too.
Much better than last year. Much better than last year.
Yeah, last year. Oh, Jesus. Last year was crazy. But first of all, I enjoy Boston in general. Boston, always shows love. great. Shout out to MJ O'Connors. We'll talk about that in a moment, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna
MJ.
talk about the Omni and MJ and all that later. But
Yeah, they
listen,
held it down.
PAX was fun as hell this year. I enjoyed the people that I got to see. Shout out to Hip Hop, shout out to Red and them, man. It was cool to meet up with them and check, chill with them for a little bit as well. Shout out to 108 Dragons, right? And his peoples. It was cool to meet up with them as well. But PAX for me was really, really fun. My most fun game was definitely Crimson Desert. That was like top of my list, the game that I definitely wanted to play the most.
Yeah, that was the
wanted
goal.
to experience. And I played that twice. And we'll talk about that later. But Crimson Desert, it's a hit. It's a hit, guys. It's a hit. Now, in terms of PAX themselves, it was really organized this year. They did really good, man. When it came to getting people in, funneling them into the actual convention, lining them up.
The queue area.
That got there early, the queue areas, even the lines for waiting for the games was good. Like it all flowed really well this year. It was very, very organized. It was obviously still very crowded, but it was very organized, very on point. The vibes were good. And it just flowed really well. Like it had a very nice flow to it this year where it didn't really feel overwhelming. And it was a lot of games this year. Like last year there was a lot of games, but not as much as this year. This year definitely had a lot more games. Even the panel, because we went to the Borderlands panel. That panel was dope as well. It was cool to be in the main hall and experiencing that. I think that was dope as hell. What else?
Magic the Gathering was huge. There's a lot of Magic the Gathering with Final Fantasy stuff there, like
the board games and all that stuff as well. Like that board game section, like the Boston Convention Center is a massive. It makes the Javits Center look like a baby crib. The Javits Center is huge. Boston Center is even bigger than that. It's like it could fit like 2 or 3 Javits Centers in it. That's how big.
I feel like the board game, the tabletop games was even more crowded than the gaming area.
Bro, when we queued up and they were letting people in, people weren't running. A lot of people weren't running to the game section. They were running to that board game, dice game, Dungeons and Dragons section. Real talk. And that took up half the goddamn convention. Half the goddamn convention center was that. And it's crazy.
And they even had Magic in the gaming area too. They had Magic.
And that line was crazy.
Yeah.
But what would I change in terms of what I would change? Let me think about that. Give your thoughts. I got to think about that.
Yeah, like so overall, I enjoyed PAX East a lot. You know what I mean? I could definitely tell sometimes I'm getting older too. Cause there's times where I'm like, bro, I need a break. I need to sit down. Like the younger me, I gotta be standing around all goddamn day with these people. But nah, I be feeling my back a little bit, my lower back, like, let's get this thing cracking. But overall, I love Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert was on PC, but I did play on an Xbox controller and on the DualSense. So the first time I played it was on the Xbox controller. And then the second time I played was on the DualSense. So Crimson Desert, I think this game is going to be a big hit. The performance was definitely one of the biggest things I went in there to see because I was already interested in the game. But the performance is very, very good. You know what I mean? I don't know how is that going to scale onto a console or, the Pro or the PlayStation 5 or whatnot. But from my experience with the PC, I would say I would go into it very optimistically. I think the performance is going to be pretty spot on. It's going to be pretty good. You know what I mean? I said there's not going to be hitches here and there, but your overall experience is going to be good. But so in the demo, they allow you to explore, or you can just go straight for the boss. Both of the times I went straight for the boss because I kind of wanted to see the combat. If I would have went to the third time, I'd have definitely wanted to explore more. But the first boss I fought was the Reed Devil. And that was the second hardest boss. That boss, the boss fights in that game can be difficult. It can pack you up. I don't know if they have a little scaling when it comes to the damage or how much items you have to heal.
They're aggressive too.
Yeah, like because they in the demo they give you a lot to heal with. Your damage is pretty high up too, so that could be a scaling thing that's to help people push in the demo. But the bosses are difficult, multi-layered. They're very aggressive. That Reed Devil is very aggressive. And he got another phase. Yeah.
Hexa Marie, which is like one of the third hardest.
That's the
She's
third
like
hardest. That's the second hardest
she's
boss.
Like so that's the second hardest boss in the game. And yo, I fought Hexa Marie the second time, and yo, she is aggressive. She throws so much at you, yo. And it's just so much going on the screen with Crimson Desert, with fighting Hexa Marie. And she's dope as hell too. It's fun as hell fighting her. Go ahead.
Let me tell y'all, yo, people were struggling with their bosses.
Oh yeah,
listen,
they were.
I guarantee you, I 100% guarantee you, I beat both bosses. Persona beat the bosses. I guarantee you, a lot of people didn't beat them bosses in that Crimson Desert. You know what I mean? They might not even talk about the bosses when they talk about Crimson Desert, because I know for sure they was getting washed up. You don't have that, because Crimson Desert got that soul level type difficulty with the bosses. I say it's more arcadey. I don't know if that's the proper word to use, because there's a lot of tools and mechanics within this game.
There's a lot to think about.
Bruh, you can grab, you can stun.
That's one thing I'll say. Sorry to cut you off. Of all the booths at PAX, Crimson Desert had one of the any convention that I've ever gone to. And I mean this. Crimson Desert had one of the most fleshed out, organized booths that I've ever seen at a convention. Like it was absolutely phenomenal.
Organized, clean.
They funnel you into a room where you watch a how-to on how to play the demo. The controls, the bosses you'll be able to fight and all that for 12 minutes. And then they funnel you into the play area where you play the demo for 15 minutes. And that's how they ran their booth. And I'm like, yo, more people go in, people go out. People go in. It was very organized. Very organized.
I didn't mind waiting in that online because it was pretty cool. Like, so yeah, big shout out to the Crimson Desert people,
Pearl
because
Abyss.
Pearl Abyss. Yeah, it was very organized, very cool. The demo was cool to watch as well, even though if you've been there multiple times, it was like, oh, he could do that. Because yo, this game has a lot of mechanics. You can stagger bosses by shining your sword. So the one thing I would say I don't like about Crimson Desert so far, or I'm not used to, is the lock on, because you only lock on when you're shielding. And when you're shielding, it can cause stamina, or your stamina gauge doesn't go up when you're shielding. So there's many times you want to lock on.
Doesn't follow the enemy as good either. Like it's kind of like all over the place, and it's no autocorrect.
Well, like I said, that could be like you got to get used to it, because you know it's just a 15-minute or 12-minute demo that you're playing. But overall, there's a lot of mechanics. There's not the sword action that you're doing. You got the shield, you got the grabs. They got bow and arrow. They got bow and arrow. Yo, they had one thing that the Hexa Marie boss, the third boss, and it's the second hardest boss, which I probably think is probably the hardest boss, because the fourth boss is like a big stone boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that seemed more like a gimmick boss.
Yeah, colossal bosses. Yeah. But the bow and arrows that they give you in the game, it had some ice joint, so it was like freezing I was freezing the enemies, and I was just attacking her, because they got this move where it's called turn slash. Oh my god, that move is strong as hell, yo. And I'm just like, yo, I was abusing the turn slash with the Reed Devil. I was just bopping him, taking a mad damage on. I was like, yo, this move is broken. Because the developer dude, he was like, oh, let's try out the turn slash. I was like, oh, turn slash. I'm looking at the Xbox controller because, you know, it's a little bit different. I'm like, okay, pressing these two. By the way, and this is just me saying this, I'm way more comfortable with the DualSense. And I felt like when playing on the DualSense, doing way better, because there's certain times I was pressing like X, but X is a different button on a DualSense than on the Xbox controller. So it was kind of throwing me off. I had to adjust and get used to that stuff, which is not long, but you know what I mean? With the DualSense, I just felt right at home.
Yeah, it's like, it's muscle memory.
Yeah, and like the buttons, the shoulder buttons, the L, R1 and trigger, it just felt more easy to do, like the special attacks, like the turn slash, because you press R1 and R2 to do the turn slash. You got to press it together simultaneously, and it felt more at home. And that's just, you know, I played more on PlayStation.
Speaking on like the amount of like things you could do in a game, like the controls. Because even when I watched the demo before you play the demo, when you watch like a how-to tutorial before you play the demo, in my mind, because I'm somebody like, I'm definitely like, because the chick, she says, don't worry if you don't remember everything, because it's gonna be
got
a
a
little cheat sheet there,
yeah,
which is cool. But y'all know me.
You're not trying to look at no cheat sheet.
And Barry knows me as well. I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm like doing shit in my hands, like, okay, so turn slash is this is that. Like in my mind, I'm trying to download that stuff so that when I get out there, it's go time. You feel me? I ain't trying to waste no time.
They had it where you press, I think it's triangle
L1.
And circle. You do like the point slash.
Oh, yeah, the point slash.
The kick one was the kick is triangle.
No. The kick was X and circle. Triangle circle was the stab. That was the stab. Triangle circle was the stab.
That junk staggers them too.
X and square is a fury slash, which that fury slash. But it's situational because it uses a lot of your stamina. But if you get them in a weakened state and you do the fury slash, I was doing the fury slash when I fought the first time I played the demo, I fought the Stag Lord, which listen, it's because you don't know how to play the game. And they were saying like he's like one of the easier bosses to fight. Nah, no, he ain't.
Yeah, they said he did
at least time wise, because like time wise, it went by time and not difficulty. So that's why they were saying with all 4 bosses, choose which boss you want.
Why? They got phases.
Time. Yeah, so they have different phases. Like Hexa Marie has 3 phases, right? Which is why her time thing was so high and why whatever. But anyway, Stag Lord, he's very aggressive, tough, and he's doing body slams and all that. And you could do body slams and all that as well. But if you get them in like a weakened state, you could do what's called a Fury Slash, and that Fury Slash is very strong as well. Turn Slash is definitely the best though, because Turn Slash can put them, it can stagger them.
And it's armored. It's armored.
Yeah, and so you're not getting knocked around or whatever. And that's another thing. Like it's easy for you to get like knocked around and get juggled.
Oh yeah. They will bop you up. They will bop you up in this game. Yo, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of mechanics in Crimson Desert, and this is just the battle mechanics. I ain't even talking about the exploration aspect. So the Reed Devil, I like kicked him, like I charge kicked him, right? And he got knocked back. And I ran to him, and what it was, I think I pressed, it was like a square is jump, I think it was, or it's X and no, I pressed X and then I pressed square, and like he did like a stone cold stunner. He was like boop, and I was like, oh, but then he went to phase 2, started bopping me up a little. I had to destroy the totem poles.
Yeah,
but
the first time I played the demo and I fought the Stag Lord, I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just start with the first boss. Let me not get big headed and try to fight the harder bosses, because like I don't really know the game. So I was like, let me fight the Stag Lord. I'm thinking it's gonna be an easier experience, bro. For like the first, I'm gonna say like first 6 minutes, because I was still trying to like get my combos right, get the blocking, because even blocking in this game is also very
yeah.
I'm not trying to be I'm really not trying to be like on some like elitist shit. I'm not. I don't see Crimson Desert is incredible, but I see a lot of people not playing this game because of the learning curve of having to understand. There's a lot. Not just the controls, but the bosses. So the parry is not just, how like with most games, when you parry, you can, if you press block at the right moment, or there's a dedicated parry button or whatever, that's just a parry. No. In this game, to parry, you have to be blocking, and then you press L2 heavy. Or heavy.
R2.
The parry. R2, sorry, not L2. R2 to get a parry. But the parry window is so small. And remember, when you're blocking, you're also taking stamina. You can't
mash parry.
You can't just be blocking and move around. So you really, really got to understand the dynamic of the fight that you're going into and all that, which I like. I like that challenge. And it kept me like super engaged because of how much I have to like be thinking of, okay, well, I can't just keep holding block because I have to do this. I got to roll to do this and do that. Yo, I can't wait for this game.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait for this game.
Phantom Blade wasn't there. Well, let me get a super chat from Kyle Ward. It's a shout out to Kyle Ward with the £5. He said, conventions are neat to go to. Since EGX 2022, I've been going to them often, like MCM London Comic-Con. Next week, I'm going to Ichiban for Yakuza. Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah, like I highly recommend, like if you're passion is gaming, your hobby is gaming, definitely head out to a convention where you can be around like-minded gamers or people. You definitely find people that like the same type of games and stuff that you like. Because that's one of the cool aspects in PAX East that I like. That like even like waiting in line, you hear people conversations and you know what I mean. Like yeah. There's definitely like a bond or a chord that people are on because they're here for that one goal and gaming and whatnot. And it's just cool to see like people have their Steam Decks out, they Switch out. There was a lot of those handheld things there that was out there. But I want to talk about a few more games, Persona. Guardians of the Zuma, I think that's going to be a surefire hit. If you're into the Rune Factory type games and if you're into like the farming simulator type games, but this game also has some really good action, some really good exploration. And it's coming to PC and Switch. So it's gonna be on Switch 2 day one, I think. And I think this is a good pickup for anyone getting into a Switch 2. There were some indie games that I liked as well, where what was that beat 'em up game that we played, yo? It was very fast. The combos was kind of crazy. The name of it. The shooting was crazy. I gotta put up the pictures, but yo, that indie game was type cool, man. You sat down on the couch. We was playing with somebody that we even know, but we was just playing, and I'm just having a ball.
Another one too. This game is actually inspired by Def Jam Fight from New York, Chaotic. And they New York devs too. I played that, and that was really fun too, really dope. And they said they wanted to, some of their inspirations or kind of like Def Jam Fight from New York or Def Jam games and whatnot, which I can definitely see the inspiration for that with that game. It was really cool. 4-player, all on one screen, trying to fight, and it was in the New York subway. And they New York devs, so I was just like, hey, bruh, you got my attention, yo. I'm digging it. So that was a cool game that I played as well.
Yeah, you definitely locked in on that. AK Sun or Axe Sun, that game was pretty cool too. It's like a Diablo Hades type game. So it's like a roguelike type game, and that's the game I was playing on the Steam Deck. Actually, I was like, wait, I might get a Steam Deck. It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? But with the indie games, it's definitely like, I say that's like the majority of the experience, because them demos, they allow you to play them joints. It's like you just sit down and just play them joints. You know what I mean? You be there forever playing them indie games. But the overall experience on PAX, I definitely like the layout. I thought it was pretty cool. The only thing I would say to improve on PAX is let's stick to the May date.
Because next year's gonna be in March, and I'm like, bro, that's like height of the winter, bro. Like,
yeah, man,
it's still gonna be cold. It's still gonna be cold as hell in March, man. Like, at least in May, even though it was raining Friday and Saturday, it was not cold. Like it was.
But the AC was nice.
Yeah, the AC was blowing. I ain't gonna lie. Pause. But March, yo, it's most likely gonna be super cold, like in the 40s or the 30s.
Yeah, man, and they're gonna have the heat on, where that's where I feel like that's where the sweating is gonna come in. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, I don't know what makes them pick the dates, but I feel like they had a surefire hit with the May date.
Even April. I feel like if you even
April cool too.
But March, I don't know. But definitely gonna be back there next year. One final thing I'll say too about like the whole being at cons. And this is something that I've been saying for a while now too. And Barry, I know you agree with this as well. In chat, I'm sure you'll agree. Yo, like it's so much more to gaming than online when it comes to the online conversations or discourse that you may continue to see. As fun as that stuff may be, everybody doesn't think like that. And you realize that when you actually meet people in real life or you're around gamers, man, because like, yo, the board game scene, the dice Dungeon and Dragon scene, the anime scene, the indie scene, all these other the Rune Factory or XC games that were there. Like you see so many people of just so many different areas and creeds of life that just come together and just enjoying gaming, laughing, joking, having fun. Short, tall, whatever. They just there having fun.
Yeah.
And enjoying themselves. And when you see it, I don't know if you've never been to a convention and your only experience with other gamers within the community is only online, I think you're doing yourself a disservice, because it may skew your view of what the gaming community truly is. And that's not what it is, right? When you meet people in real life and you see people in real life, those are the gamers that you can see and connect with and be like, oh yeah, this is what the gaming community is. And that's what it is, man. And going to events like PAX East, PAX West, Comic Cons, or whatever, you get to see the true gaming community.
Yeah, and people cosplay. Like when you go to these conventions, people not worried about, oh, what this person thinks about me. You know what I mean? Like how people are so careful about speaking their mind in gaming and their opinions in gaming. They worry about people clipping them up or bashing them. These conventions, people ain't worried about that. People are going to be their cosplay. They're going to have their opinions on what they feel, their preferences and shit like that. Because yeah, at the end of the day, it's one common denominator. That's the video games. You know what I mean? That you like, regardless on what platform or what you prefer. You know what I mean? People have difference of opinions when it pertains to that. But yo, Damien, what's up, bro? But yeah, PAX East, definitely great time had over there. The panels are pretty cool. Shout out to Giant Bomb as well for getting full independence when it comes to their website. You know, I met up with Jeff Grubb and over there had a good conversation with him as well. You know, meeting up with like Lemon 108, Scrub Nurse, Back from the Dead.
We saw Ben Scar as well. I met Lucy James, you know.
Yeah, we saw I like one thing with me. I saw Ben Starr, saw Brianna Weiss. I saw all them people. Yeah, I don't like bothering people, especially when people's in their conversations, when they're flowing. Like Jeff Grubb is different. Jeff Grubb, I DM'd him before I even, you know, approach it. Cause you know, Jeff Grubb, we meet Jeff Grubb, we cool with Jeff. That's actually a friend. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like people like, if it's outside of the actual event, I'm not going to approach like that, especially if there's no like before conversation about that. So, you know, people was in their bag, people was in their stuff. It would have been cool to
plus the hotel that we was at. This wasn't no this wasn't no
yeah. That's where everybody's at.
This where the top of the line folks is at. You feel me? So you know you definitely gonna see those people. Like most of the devs and all that stuff is staying where we were.
And we met a cool couple as well. During in the hotel on Friday night. It was hella cool. Hella dope, Chris
shout out to Chris and
Monica, yeah, yo, there was a cool couple. Their son was going to PAX East for the first time because he's a huge like Pokemon fan, and they, you know, they was like, hey, you know, we'll bring our son down and let's have him experience the PAX experience. But like we exchanged information and all that. I definitely got to hit them up and say it was a pleasure meeting them. But it was cool, like, you know, stuff like that. You know, people across the world, across the country, just meeting up off of that one accord. You know what I mean? And, you know, you go from there. That's why I definitely agree with Persona. I highly recommend at least going to one event. It's going to become addicted, you know, where it's like, yo, I got to go again.
It's going to change your view on like the gaming community, right? Because, you know, I do think that there's two separate gaming communities. There's the online gaming community, and then there's the online gaming community, then there's the gaming community, right? And they're two different things. And at least how I see it, you know, especially when you see, go to these conventions and things like that, you see people from all different creeds of life, man. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, what you look like, you know, or what you prefer or whatever. It's just people together enjoying gaming, man, in cosplay, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, the cosplays was lit too. Yo, we saw some girls, they had their cheeks out. I don't know what they were cosplaying, but I was looking. I'm sorry, I'm looking. You know what I mean? Them cheeks is out there.
Nah, we didn't meet Barrett, Jenna. We didn't meet Barrett.
Oh no, we didn't meet Barrett, but we had Barrett here. John Bentley on the channel. You know, John Bentley's a friend. That's my guy. You know what I mean?
He's a friend of the show for sure.
Yeah, that's my guy. I can hit up John Bentley all the time. He the funny thing about it, like there's a lot of events and conventions that, you know, we get invited to. That's, you know, according to work or, you know, other schedules that you can't go to every convention. You know, but we get invited to a lot of these stuff. But, you know, like even Summer Games Fest, Jeff Grubb was like, hey, just come on through. You know, I'll put you on my panel. That's the second time in a row he did that. But
second time he wanted us to be on the Giant Bomb panel.
Yeah, but
that's too close. Like literally, Summer Games Fest is in 3 weeks. I can't swing that.
And there's things I want to do outside of gaming within the summer. So I'm just like, you know, in this America, you can't be just traveling every goddamn way, you know. You got to pick and choose certain things, but you know what I mean.
Maybe, who knows? We'll see. You know, but
are we going back next year? Absolutely. You know, we'll be there.
Yo, real quick, shout out to MJ O'Connor's. Listen, I gotta get love. I gotta get love to MJ O'Connor's. I know the people in there was like, yo, why these two dudes keep coming back here?
Yo, we there every day.
Yo,
every day.
Listen. We listen. MJ O'Connor's held us down when it came to the food. We tried all the stuff we wanted to try on the menu. The hot chicken sandwich, fire. The burger was fire. The
hot chicken sandwich was fire.
The brisket mac and cheese, fire. The cheesecake.
Yo, matter of fact, no. We got to speak about this. And then
that dog shit. Oh, you talking about the Chinese food?
No, yeah, the Chinese food. The reason why we went back to MJ O'Connor's on Sunday is because we ordered Chinese food, and that was the worst. I mean, worst Chinese food I ever ate. Yo, there was no seasoning on the rice. There's no seasoning on the chicken.
Yo, and then they burnt the chicken, bro.
Yo, you know when people cooking like
flour on the chicken.
Yeah, you know when people cooking like an old oil. Yo, the chicken was smooth as hell. I was like, yo, Persona, this don't look right, bro.
I ordered some jumbo shrimp. They gave me shrimp onion rings. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Listen, it ain't put no flour on the chicken. You feel me? It was burnt. The rice was not good. And, you know, listen, especially if you're a New Yorker, you know good Chinese food. And I'm like, yo, listen.
I had to get that taste in my mouth, bro. I was like, yo, this joint is nasty, bro. And we went back to MJ O'Connor's and got some mac and cheese with some short rib.
Got the salad that day.
Oh, yeah, that was a salad. Yeah, that was salad. Yeah, I got Caesar salad. Caesar salad.
Yeah, I got a Caesar salad and some wings.
Bruh.
I was going to get a cheesecake too. And I was like, nah, I got to be good. I had cheesecake that Friday.
Oh, yeah, they had this blueberry cheesecake. Yo, I gobbled that. Yo, that place, I gobbled that place up, bro. That joint was really good. Really good food over there.
And reasonably priced too. Like it wasn't like too crazy when it came to the prices either. But it was a great restaurant. Shout out to MJ O'Connor's. When we come back next year, we definitely coming back there for sure. Trust.
Oh yeah, that's like the main probably eats place. But yo, shout out to Damon with a $5 donation. Appreciate it, Damon. He says, not a gaming topic, fellas, but the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Yankees beat the Mets last night. Such a beautiful thing. Game on, my fellow nerds. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the Knicks fans. Definitely shout them out yesterday. You know what I mean? I was rooting for the Knicks with this series because, you know what I mean, that's cause. But it was great to see them playing the way how they play. Hopefully they can keep that up in the next series, which I think they should win. And hopefully they get into the NBA Finals, man. You could shut nobody.
I just don't like that the Yankees beat my Mets. You understand? Go Mets.
Oh yeah, we don't give a damn about the Mets. The only reason why people are Mets fans because the tickets is cheaper. That's the only reason why people are.
Please all day, boy. Mets all day, man.
Nobody care about no Met fan, bro.
Listen, man. Put some respect on my Mets. You understand? I get it. You from the Bronx. You gotta rep the Yankees. I get it, brother. I get it. I get it.
You go to a Mets game because it's cheaper. That's it. You're not a real fan. Like I can. It's affordable.
Nah, bro.
You know what I mean?
This is a little boy, man. Go
your
ahead.
Your food over there cheaper. The seating is terrible over Shea Stadium. Is terrible.
Brother. They can only hold Mets. They can only hold Yankees games in the morning because it's the Bronx.
Hey, listen, man.
They ain't doing no nighttime games in the Bronx. Hell no. They're trying to get home.
We got a big upgrade in the stadium over there though.
Yeah, I did see that. Which is good.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I highly recommend going to PAX East. Shout out to MJ O'Connor's. You held it down. Shout out to everyone that we met up and whatnot. Oh yeah, I met Hip Hop Gamer too for the first time in person. It was dope. Matter of fact, Hip Hop Gamer will be on one of these episodes before we close out. He said he got an exclusive for What's Up PlayStation, and he's gonna wait on dispelling that exclusive information. So either probably next week or the week prior, not prior or following the other week. We'll get Hip Hop Gamer on here again. So we can chop it up.
Last bit too, yeah, definitely can't wait to get Hip Hop on as well for one of these last couple episodes. That's gonna be dope, and it was great to meet him. Yo, shout out to the Omni Hotel, bro.
Yeah,
that hotel was absolutely
wonderful,
fabulous,
clean hotel.
Fabulous, bro. Fabulous hotel, man. Expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
Expensive.
This ain't thousands.
Very expensive. Very expensive. But
very clean hotel.
Very clean, very dope. Beautiful hotel.
The bar is nice. The people are really nice.
Yeah, I love the bar there, bro. I love the bar there, man. And shout out to my boy Edison and Teresa.
Oh yeah,
Those are
Edison,
the two.
Teresa, they was holding it down. They was holding it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Omni had
But
some nice buffet breakfast. I mean, I don't think I ate breakfast, yo. I'm gonna keep that. Yo, my breakfast was green tea. That's all I really did for breakfast. I waited till either lunch or dinner. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Omni.
But yeah, the Omni was dope. Omni was dope. But all right, y'all, let's get into it and let's start the news. You know what I mean? We spent an hour talking about PAX, giving our Doom, the Dark Ages impressions. But let's get into it and let's start the first news topic where we're going to be talking about PlayStation Plus Persona. And I got excited when I saw this because there's a certain game that I thoroughly love that is on the list. So I definitely will want more people to play. Hopefully I do play. Yeah, I mean, I got no excuses now. Well, Barry, I didn't buy the game. Nah, you got no excuses now. See y'all in them Grand Blue streets. But all right, here's the game's Persona. And you know, we always give our opinions and thoughts on it. Yo, the fun fact about this when PlayStation posted this tweet, right? Like, here's the catalog games for May. I was like, yo, this is a great month. Dope games here. Yeah. Somebody wrote to me, was like, damn, you like everything. That's how I just know, like, there's certain people that don't listen. Yo, I'm very critical when it comes to PlayStation. A lot of people think I like everything PlayStation, but I just know, like, you don't watch no content. You don't listen to anything I just say. You just hear from other people what it is.
You just gotta tell them shut the fuck up and move on.
Yeah. You know how many times where disagree with people in the chat here or argue with people in the chat here because they think differently, where I think more, nah, this is what it is. Craziness. But here's the list of the game. We got Sandland. Pretty fun game. I enjoyed Sandland. We got Soul Hackers 2 on the list as well. Another Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted full-time edition.
Who playing this shit, man?
Yo, PlayStation definitely got a deal over here with Five Nights at Freddy, man. They always got these games over here. Battlefield 5. Ain't this the Battlefield where people had the controversy with because they saw, oh, there's a woman on the box art
on her box art, something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was a controversy. I think there was also the controversy with Battlefield 1 with the black dude is on the box art.
Oh man,
it might be both. No, I think they were trying to say like it was unrealistic during this time.
Type of woman there,
to be like in the battle, some stupid shit these dudes were saying. It's like, listen, man.
Video games.
Yeah.
Video games. Yeah. Then we got Stalker, Legends of the Zone trilogy. Oh, so this is a trilogy.
3 games.
Then we got the best game on the list. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Let me talk about this before I get Persona. If you ain't buy this game, shame on you. They also got a free-to-play version as well to this game. But Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising is a fighting game, but it has its episodes, which is its campaign. It has a whole RPG mode within the fighting game. You know what I mean? They kind of broke it down, or they kind of streamlined it more in Rising. But in the first game, you can adjust the armor, you can adjust your weapons. You know what I mean? Make them stronger and all that stuff. They still have some of that in there, but they definitely cut off a lot of that in Rising to make it much easier for people to play. But you have the stories, which is hundreds of episodes that you can play. So you can learn these characters and learn what's them about. And it's very accurate to the actual RPG or even with the anime. So yeah, you're not missing out on anything here. You have the fighting game, which has the arcade, play the computer, play online, rank, casual, which is one of the best casual modes, I feel like, with the lobbies and systems and how things set up. You also have like a, what's that game? The Fallout guys or Fall Guys mode. I forgot the mode or what's that called. You got that mode. There's so much content in this game that it's going to be hard for me to believe that anyone would not add this to their library or download it or give it a try with PlayStation Plus. The fact that you ain't buy it, shame on you though. You should be supporting Grand Blue. Great series. That I want to see more of Grand Blue. And it's tons of characters that you're gonna be playing. They got like over 30 something characters that you can play currently. So the fact that you can download this game right now, this is why I was so hyped and excited for the game's catalog because there's going to be more people playing this game. So yeah, that's why I said it's a great month, because this is like one of my favorite games to play this generation. Which I got over 200 or some hours in this game. I kind of didn't play in a long time because they kind of nerfed my boy Lancelot. But we're going to see with this upcoming patch update with Galleon to see what they're going to be doing with it. But I love the hell out of this game a lot, and I want a lot of people to play it. So there you go. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus on PlayStation Plus. Humankind. Story of Seasons, The Wonderful Life. It's one of them cozy time farming simulators. Then we have Gloomhaven Mercenaries Edition. And the premium stuff, Battle Engine Aquila. And this is the old school. I don't know where this game from. This is my first time seeing it, so I don't know where this game is from. But this is the PlayStation Plus catalog games for May 2025. Shout out to my man Viper Reef's Corner with the $4.99. He said they think just because you don't overly bash a trashy game that you like everything. They don't know what constructive criticism is. Yeah, like there's many things I do bash on PlayStation, but apparently they missed that. You know what I mean?
Convenient.
Look at all we review PlayStation Plus games, monthly games, and catalog games every month. And not every time we giving it A pluses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where people be coming from, but Persona, what's your
that's how it works,
what's your score on the catalog games for May?
So I think this is actually a pretty great list. Actually, a pretty solid list of things. Sandland, Soul Hackers 2, Battlefield. Even though I'm not the biggest Battlefield, new age Battlefield fan, be at Battlefield 5. Something there for those folks. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, I think, is the highlight for me as well. Everything else, I'm not really too interested in this, but there's 3 games on here I'd pick up, or I would say I would be interested in if I was in the market for that. So for me personally, I give it a B minus.
Okay. Me personally, I'm giving it an A plus. Persona. I'm biased. Okay, I'm biased because I'm a huge Grand Blue Fantasy fan. Listen, I own majority of these games outside of Stalker, Five Nights at Freddy, Battlefield. I think I probably even own Battlefield 5, to be honest with you. I have Sandland. I have Soul Hackers 2. I have Grand Blue. But overall, the offering, I feel like, is very strong. You got an RPG. You got multiple RPGs, a shooter, a fighting game, whatever Five Nights at Freddy is. And this fighting game is my current favorite fighting game to play. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a high score, A plus. The fact that you're offering Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Ryzen on Plus, you already got me. So hopefully people play.
So it's funny. So I don't own Sandland, but Soul Hackers 2, I started that. I got to get back to that, and actually, I do want to finish that and finish that game at some point. Soul Hackers 2 for sure, and it's the PS5 version. That's dope.
Oh yeah, man. So we got B minus on Persona, and we got a A.
You said A plus for you, so it rounds out to a B.
Absolutely, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Hey yo, you funny.
All right, let's move it along, Persona, man. Because PlayStation out here, they got a new studio. You know what I mean?
Effing go.
I'm gonna let you take this one because this is kind of more your alley as far as where this studio is derived from. Or derived from. I said deprived. So they welcoming Team LFG to the PlayStation Studio family. LFG, the rally developers from across the industry to bring to life an ambitious incubation project. So this is something that PlayStation has been cooking up. They've been incubating it. Incubation over here. Here's a quote from the Hello World. It's delightful. It's a delight to meet you. And we're grateful to be joined the PlayStation Studios. Our studio is headquartered at Bellevue, Washington. Also the Washington Studios. A lot of West Coast people out here. With the team and members working both on site and remotely throughout the United States and Canada, we we are a team composed not just of industry veterans who have shipped titles like Destiny, Halo, League of Legends, Fortnite, Roblox, and Rec Room, but also the industry newcomers with fresh creative perspective and skills. We're passionate but exceptional action-based gameplay, moment-to-moment game feel, and richly social virtual worlds. Just to read this sentence, because I thought LFG was something different, but the LFG in Team LFG stands for Looking for Group. All right, Persona. What's your thoughts on Team LFG? It sounds promising. What's your thoughts, man? I know what you're gonna say already, because you DM me. You're like, yeah.
Yo, listen, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, man. Fuck that me, yo. My fault, because we might have children watching. Listen, respectfully, using things like, the developers that have worked on Destiny, Halo, League, and all that, real talk, in this day and age, it's not gonna fly no more, because you had that in Firewalk, and look where they went. Look what happened to them. Firewalk Studios created Concord, which failed, crashed, and burned. And that studio is now shut down. And they also had industry veterans from Halo, Gears, Forza, this and that, Call of Duty, and all these different places come together. So you would think if you had those type of great minds that were making something, why are they shut down right now? So using things like that to hype people up, at least for me personally, I'm not getting hyped by shit like that. Especially not from live service, especially not live service coming from PlayStation. When you look at the track record of what PlayStation has been doing when it comes to their live service over the past 2 years, I'm good. In terms of this,
wait, are you telling me that you're not overly excited about what PlayStation's doing, getting a new studio? What are you talking about, Persona? Aren't you a fanboy?
It's a new studio for live service. Hell no. Hell no. This studio ain't. Listen, when you look at PlayStation's live service initiative and what they have done, and we're going to dive deeper into this into other news. So I'll save some of the other juicy talking points for that. I don't have faith.
You gotta have faith.
I don't have no faith, man. And seeing a brand new studio like this, like, all right, it's cool. PlayStation is building from within, and organic growth and building new studios and all that. Like, I don't mind that. And I'm not saying that I want the game to fail or anything like that. I hope the game is fun. I hope it pulls me in, right? But this studio, we don't have nothing to go off of. I have nothing to go off of. And if you want me to go off that you made Destiny, Halo, comprised of Destiny, Halo, League, Fortnite, Roblox, and all these devs, all that tells me is, yeah, you got a bunch of people that know live service, but can they make a great game? Because you had that in Firewalk, and they failed.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you as far as, like, I am very jaded by this announcement. Like, there's a lot to get excited about, but when you look at the track record of how PlayStation and their approach, which we've been talking about for years now, when it comes to PlayStation approach to live service, we don't like it. Even this announcement right here, like, as much as I'm like, yeah, I would like to get excited for it, I agree with Persona when he hit me up. It's like, yo, how you gonna announce this new studio? Cool. Can you show us some gameplay? Can you show us some screenshots?
Nothing.
Can you show us the game? You know what I mean? This is just something that you probably just gonna have to do more waiting. And just looking at the track record, let's say it is something that you probably like. I enjoyed Concord. We bring up Concord a lot, but it's something that the overall community did not enjoy or didn't want. And it got kapoots in 2 weeks. So are you that weak-minded when it comes to this game or any other live service game, where a live service is meant for you to constantly adjust and listen to feedback? You know what I mean? So yeah, a game can come out a certain way in the beginning, but due to the feedback or people not liking it, you adjust to it so people can catch on, or people are like, oh, maybe I'll give this a go now, but you're not really doing that with one of the most expensive live service games that you put out there with Concord. You know what I mean? So I'm a little jaded when it came out, when the article came out, and you gotta do better when you're approaching live service. The way how you're approaching live service, you're not learning your lessons from Concord. You know, you're not listening to the community, like as far as what they want and what to play. And that's even with news like this. This reminds me back in 2020 when you announced Haven Studios, when you did announce Firewalk and nothing to, the gamer wants to see some visuals. We want to see what's going on. Yeah, you can put all this stuff in our face, which sounds cool. It sounds great. Honestly, I'm like, oh, Destiny, Halo, League of Legends. You got some experience here when it comes to these type of games and what you're trying to put out from what you're explaining here. Immersive multiplayer worlds are propelled by action games that players learn, play, master countless hours, want to build games with our communities, inviting players to be a part of the development process through early access playtests. Okay. But what are you making? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What are you making? Are you going to really do that? Because you haven't been doing that with any games. Look at that. Look at Marathon. You got an alpha that's a couple of months off from the game. We'll be talking about Marathon later.
We will be. It sound good. You understand? It's a brand new studio. Really, all you got to go off of is comprised of developers who were a part of the development process of successful live service games in the past. That's all I have to go off of. And if I'm looking at the track record, there's other studios that were comprised of those same type of developers that failed. And I'm not saying that this studio is going to fail. What I'm saying
don't want them to fail.
I don't want anybody to fail. I definitely didn't want Concord or Firewalk to fail. I was streaming that game religiously. I was playing the hell out of that, trying to get the platinum. I enjoyed that game very much so. What I'm saying is
2 weeks.
The trajectory of PlayStation's live service initiative is not going in a positive direction. And so when I see new studios be propped up using the same type of taglines that were being used in the old studios that were being propped up, that are now crashed and burned, the same thing with Deviation. You partnered with them to make a game that was comprised of Blundell and Call of Duty veterans.
That's Treyarch.
Tony Flame.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the soul of Treyarch. And that failed and crashed and burned. That means, so when I hear that stuff now, that means nothing to me. Can you come together and make a great game, especially live service? Because I've been saying this for years. You can go back years. I say the same thing every single time when it comes to live service, because unlike a lot of these people that's talking in this community, I play live service games hardcore. I've played a lot and put a lot of time into live service games. A lot of people speaking from bias and how they fucking feel. I'm telling you from my experience of what I've played, and I play a lot of different live service games. The gameplay loop, the mechanics, the things that's going to keep people coming back. First of all, live service is such a volatile market. You're not going to get success with everything. Everything's not going to be successful. I think PlayStation knows that. Everybody knows that. But with the money that you invest into live service, you do need to be smart and strategic about what you're actually putting out there that's going to garner attention. And even the attention that you may get, that could be fleeting as well, because gamers today are very fickle.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I agree with you 100%, but I still want to give some highlight to the actual announcement here and what they delivered. So they're saying here, this is the first game is a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-type games. Players will inhabit a lighthearted, comedic world set in a brand new mythic science fantasy universe, and we can't wait to reveal more. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you wait to reveal the studio then too? Man,
yeah, like my thing is like
that's like showing up to dinner. Go ahead, my fault.
My thing is, yeah, we're jaded when it comes to this, because I don't get it twisted. I think it's a cool announcement that you have a new studio, and I'm not against PlayStation doing live service. I just don't like their live service approach. I feel like your announcements need to be better. Have gameplay, have concept, has things like that. All this tells me is that this game is a long way out, that we got to do more waiting to do. And break down the studio. Who's running the studio? Yeah, you're talking about people that that ship titles from like Destiny and whatnot. But you kind of as older you get, for me personally, I would like to see, okay, who's running the studio? What's the creative director? Who's the producer? You know what I mean? Things like that. I take value in that because I'm like, okay, this person actually does have the experience of running and doing.
You can
it.
actually look at their track record. You can actually say, okay, this person worked on this COD or this part of Destiny or did this or that, and then you can that's actually a great point because you can't really identify with the people in the studio because
you don't know nothing.
You don't know anything. So like really, even with this article in the studio announcement, we still know nothing about the studio, nothing about who's there, nothing about the game. We know nothing. So it's a waste of an article and a waste of a person's time. Stop wasting my time, please.
Yeah, it's an announcement. Like I said, I just feel like they've been missing the ball when it comes to a lot of announcements. So that's why when you see something like this, it's not going to hit as hard when it pertains to us. Maybe to other people, it's going to hit. Well, when it pertains to us here on WUPS, it's not going to hit that hard because we seen these announcements before, and it led up to games that are canceled. You know what I mean?
We knew about Firewalk for 3 years before we seen the fucking game. Man, my fault.
Yo, Andrew Wilkins, what's up, bro? Will Hancock, what up? Yo, Chaos, what's good, bro? Shout out to my man Chaos in the building.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all.
But overall, what's the best for Team LFG? Let's Find Games and
looking for team looking for group.
Wait, what I said? I said let's find games.
Yeah, that's what you said. Let's find games. No, it's team looking for group.
Damn, yo, I botched that up, huh?
Yeah, which LFG is pretty much like a term that's used a lot in the online co-op or like.
I never heard it, and I play a lot of online co-op. I never heard it. My first time.
Like live service, like Destiny. Destiny has an LFG.
That's what I want you to say. Talking about in a lot of live service. Nah, I ain't heard that shit. That's in Destiny. Keep that shit in Destiny.
No, it's not. It's in other places as well, not just Destiny.
Maybe I ain't playing them games.
Yeah, MMORPGs use a lot of LFGs. DC
see.
Universe Online used to use.
Oh,
LFGs
you know what?
Well,
you might be right.
Yeah, looking for group.
Let's find.
LFG.
Yeah, looking for a group. Yeah, you might be right. Like with 14, Final Fantasy 14. Well, all right, let's move it along. Where we're going to talk about the top April 2025 top downloads in the PlayStation Store. PlayStation Nation, talk to me. You've been waiting for these Xbox games, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the PlayStation Nation. They buying up these Xbox games. You know what I mean? Which is cool because these are big publishers that normally put out these games on multi-platform anyway. But we got Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered #1, Minecraft #2, the movie. Yeah, I hear good things about the movie too. I'm not going to see that shit. I ain't went to go see it, but it's up on the iTunes store. Forza, yo, 3 Microsoft owned games on the top downloads. These are bought games. Okay, these are bought games.
Phil Spencer got to be happy about that.
Yo, Phil Spencer, you know what you got to do? Put
no
Perfect Dark.
No adverse reaction.
Put Perfect Dark in there day one. That's the only game. Yo, real talk. That's the only game I want, man. I want that Perfect Dark day one.
Can't wait for Gears, man. I'm excited for Gears, man.
I'm not excited. I'm not really like a Gears dude. I'm gonna play it though. Well, I'm not really excited. I got those games. I got them.
I'm excited, man. So I had that Gears. I want to get the platinum. I'm gonna try to get the platinum on the PlayStation.
I went through Gears. My man Iron Wolf. Remember Iron Wolf?
Yeah. I
went through Gears 1 with him. You know what I mean? I played Gears 2. I think I played 3. I'm not sure. Judgment. I have Judgment. I don't think do I have Judgment? I gotta look back on my stuff. But I never really got into it. I don't like to run. I don't like to run in Gears like multiplayer. I know it's very shotgun heavy, which I don't mind, but I like multiplayer that's more dynamic in play rather than you got to stick with this to be good. You know what I mean? But if I sit down and learn it, I'll be a beast at it. But I don't know if I'm going to sit down and learn it.
Yeah.
The MLB The Show #4. Yo, Guap, what's good, bro? NBA 2K. Clear Obscure. Expedition 33 up there. What is
Claire
this?
need to be
1,
higher
2,
than that.
3, 4, 5. Number 6.
Nah.
Yo, Claire
Obscura
beat
need to be
out.
higher. I don't like
Claire beat out COD.
that. As it should.
Yo, that's shocking though.
As it
That's
should.
shocking. Then GTA 5, Assassin's Creed Shadow,
Yes, sir.
Devil May Cry 5 special edition. This
Really?
went up because of the DMC show on Netflix, which I got mixed feelings in the show. I had to take my purist thoughts and continuity of the story to enjoy the show, because even when I was watching it, I was like, this don't line up. Listen, I'm a big Devil May Cry. That's one of my favorite franchises. I'm like, this don't line up, but it has some good scenes in there. But I get a lot of people's criticism when it came to the show, and a lot of them I agree with. But overall, I thought it was all right show. It was pretty cool. But they could have just stuck to the actual comic or the manga. You know what I mean? And then you could have expanded upon the lady, because the lady one we didn't get. We never got that lady manga. Yo, Indiana Jones in a Great Circle. Days Gone Remaster. Okay, Days Gone Remaster top 10? No, not top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, number 12. So people, I did buy Days Gone. They buying Days Gone. Split
$10
Fiction.
upgrade, man.
That $10 upgrade, man. And then we got the rest down here. We don't give a damn about all these sports games. How you feel about it? Are you shocked about any of these games on these lists?
Honestly, no. Especially Oblivion being number 1. I'm not surprised at that, because that kind of took the internet by storm when that was shadow dropped the way it was. So I'm not really surprised at that. And Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion is a very popular Elder Scrolls game. So I think that's good. Claire Obscura, I feel like needs to be a little bit higher. It needs to be number 2, number 1, top 3, in my opinion. But I'm not surprised at this list at all, actually.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by the list as well. In Minecraft, the movie came out. I could see that getting bumped up. I didn't know that much people loved Oblivion like that. I never played Oblivion. I played Skyrim. I might get this later on. Cause what I'm hearing is not that long of a game. So you never know. And Skyrim, I enjoyed Skyrim, but I couldn't finish it because game ending bug. I couldn't progress the game. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I might get it. I gotta see. I hear people saying that it's still a little wonky. You know what I mean? Forza, not shot by Forza. I think PlayStation people have been eyeing this game. You know what I mean? They didn't want to admit it, but they've been eyeing it. They're like, listen, man, it looks like a fun game. You know what I mean? It's very arcadey, and we don't have no MotorStorm. So you have a game like this come out, I think it will gobble it up. But yeah, Clear Obscure, I definitely think this should be, or want it to be much higher. But we'll definitely see for this month when, this article come out very soon. But yeah, that's the top games, downloaded games, purchase games for April 2025 on the PlayStation Store. All right, Persona, we got some rumors. Oh, wait. Did they take it back?
Yeah, that don't exist no more. That
oh, shit. Well, we don't have a rumor no more. They retracted it.
At least for that article. I forgot.
So what does that mean then?
What was that article about? Supposed to be about?
Horizon 3 having multiplayer.
Oh.
So the next Horizon game, the sequel to Horizon Forbidden West, the rumor was that it was going to have multiplayer tied into it. But clicking on a link from Inside Gaming, that article does not exist anymore. Maybe PlayStation was like, pick that shit down. You know what I mean?
Facts. What are you doing?
I ain't never seen them retract the whole article like that. Maybe they'll make an update like, hey, this didn't pan out or blah, blah,
blah. Who knows?
They retracted the whole article, bro.
I don't know. Crazy.
Lordy. All right. Let's move it along then. Because Persona, I got news to tell you.
What's that?
I got news to tell you, and I know you're going to like it because I know you like this game, and I know you like to see the person that plays this game or the character that plays this game walk around in action and climbing up ladders and walls and scaling and all that stuff. But Eve, Stella Blade,
the rapper. Oh,
who's that girl? La 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 la.
I ain't hear that song in years.
Eve is coming to PC.
What? Really?
Stella Blade launches on PC June 11th. They got the specs and all that out here. But we ain't gonna talk about that here on What's Up PlayStation Podcast. We don't give a damn about no specs on no PC. The new vote that thing up.
Although my rig can't run this on Ultra, everything, so I'm good.
Yeah, matter of fact, we can look at that. My rig 2 can run this on Ultra, according to them. I don't know if I believe it, but according to them,
yeah, my shit can run everything on very high.
Can run at 4K 60. You know what I mean?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Because this wasn't supposed to be announced. Like, this was like leaked, so they ended up just pushing the announcement out with this.
This is going to be a Jeff Keighley announcement,
probably. But I ain't gonna lie to you, Barry. I'm picking this up on Steam, and I'm 100% this on Steam. Yo, I'll play this again on Steam.
I'm good.
I'm picking this up.
I'm good. Sure. The reason why we have this up here though is that shout out to Shift Up. They understand. They know. Includes new outfits and will launch on PlayStation 5 the same day as part of an update. So there's a pre-order bonus for PC people where you get the classic round glasses, the air diamond earrings, and the white diving suit. The complete edition, if you get the complete edition, also this is the complete edition. It comes with the fluffy suit, drone cosmetic pack, and the tacky diving suit. So you get to play as the tacky suit. I think it's in here as well. Also, this version you get to fight the man, the leader of the Sentinels. You get to fight him in an additional suit as well here, because in the game you couldn't fight him. So here's some of the outfits here, which is going to be dope. There's also a Goddess of Victory Nikkei CD key for the PC people, and you also the twin pack. You have the Near Automata DLC and the Goddess Victory Nikkei DLC stuff. So I think they have a video of all of the suits and whatnot. See if I can play that here.
Rated.
But this is the video. But what's your thoughts, man? 25 new suits.
The complete edition. You know what? I might buy the complete edition on PlayStation as well. Because if that's a separate trophy list, I get that plat real quick. Okay.
Hello Blade coming to PC. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I saw the trailer. I think it looks really good. I'm definitely gonna. I love Stellar Blade, man. I think Stellar Blade is such a great game that I think everybody needs to play. It's a very fun game, and no, I'm not just talking about the way Eve looks, the combat, the story.
Story is amazing.
It really is. It really is like a great, fun game that y'all need to play. So, pick up Stellar Blade, support Stellar Blade. Shout out to Shift Up. Can't wait. I might triple dip on this game. If the complete edition has a separate trophy list on PlayStation, I'll pick it up on PlayStation and then as platinum it again, and then I'll pick it up on PC and get it 100% for sure.
Yeah, this looks amazing. So PC guys, you got a great game that's coming out with new content on there, like this man boss fight. This looks crazy. Definitely going to be fighting this. But I'm just happy, really truly, as we're console gamers and we're focused more on the PlayStation side of things, that they didn't exclude anything from the console side. Mm-hmm. My only question when it comes to especially the Pro, for those people that got ultra wides, why PlayStation don't support ultra wide? Is that like a specific thing that you need to support ultra wide? Like say you get an ultra wide TV, but you on a console, monitor, you won't get that support.
Because most people on PlayStations are playing on TVs and not playing on monitors.
Yeah, I don't give a damn what most people are playing. The fact that most people don't have ultra wides, but they still have the support there. Is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Is there a limitation on the Pro or the PlayStation that you can't support ultra wide? What I'm kind of saying. But Stellar Blade is coming. Yeah, I don't give a damn about that. Most people, I don't give a fuck about no. I'm not most people. You know what I mean? What? Let's say you wanna get into playing on ultra wide, but you play mostly in console. It supports it. You know what I'm saying? Well, also shout out to my man Genki. He posted this about Shift Up as well. That Shift Up say they plan to start to reveal their new game, Project Witches, by the end of June. The game is targeted to launch in 2027. Project Witches, Persona.
They've been busy. They've been busy, man.
They're busy out here.
Yeah, they doing their thing, man. Shout out to Shift Up. That's a studio PlayStation should have bought. Man, let me shut up. Anyway, yeah, shout out to Shift Up, man. And they out here doing the Lord's work. They be putting in a lot of work in Stellar Blade. I can't wait to see what Project Witches is all about. To see what that is, and see what's up.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yo, moving along, Persona. Are you a fan of Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I do have a heart in my chest, so I would say I am a fan of Kingdom Hearts.
So when you walk away. Yo, all right, so this news came crazy, right? This news was kind of ridiculous because how I started out this article or this news segment was to talk about a certain game, Missing Link. So Missing Link is like a mobile game that was supposed to come out. It kind of ties in a lot of the story aspects within Kingdom Hearts, or further the story aspects within Kingdom Hearts. So they made an announcement here when it regarding Missing Link that is no longer. They made a decision to cancel the development of Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, right? They went to explain it's like although we worked hard in developing and adjusting the game in the hope that it will be enjoyed by lots of players, and determined that it would be difficult for us to offer a service that players will find satisfactory over a long period of time, leading us to the decision to cancel development. But within that announcement of them canceling Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, they said something about Kingdom Hearts 4, which we haven't heard anything in years. Kingdom Hearts series will continue. We're working. We are hard at work on Kingdom Hearts 4, and we hope you'll continue to support the series as you keep an eye out for further updates. So when I saw this Persona, I was going to have a whole spiel. I was going to have a whole conversation about Kingdom Hearts 4 and like, yo, when we going to get it, which we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But I got a video coming up very soon about Kingdom Hearts to catch people up, okay? To get people acclimated. Because I've seen a lot of tweets out there like, oh, why does Sora look this way? We're going to I stop the cap about you played the game. You didn't play the goddamn game. Okay? No more that confused. Oh, I don't understand the story of Kingdom Hearts. You can't use that excuse anymore. Okay? They have the whole collection of Kingdom Hearts game at your disposal.
I'm gonna go back and get the platinum.
Back in the PlayStation 2 days, the Game Boy Advance days, I could understand people saying, "Oh, I'm confused with the story," because if you didn't have all of those systems, you wasn't getting the story. You went from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2. You was like, "Hey, what the hell is going on?" I can understand, but after the PS3 with the remix, 1.5, 2.5. You should not be confused about no Kingdom Hearts if you play the games. You have all the games at your disposal right there to you. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Okay? But Persona, we got an announcement. We got a freaking announcement. Okay? We got some pictures of Kingdom Hearts now, where they're saying to our Kingdom Hearts community, we're currently working hard on Kingdom Hearts 4 and will continue pouring ourselves into the game's development. We're dedicated to make this experience that lives up to your expectations. We've seen how excited you are, and we are truly grateful from the bottom of our hearts. Get it? From our hearts. From our heart. Get it? From our heart.
Yeah, I do.
You got it? From our hearts. We're equally excited And we can't wait to share more about Kingdom Hearts 4 when the time is right. Until then, we appreciate your patience. Thank you for your continued support. Look at these pictures, Persona.
I know I'm looking.
We actually see some more gameplay of my man Sora. New outfit, new area. Like I said, I told you I'm going to break this thing down for y'all. Okay, not today. This is with time constraints, but I'm going to break this down for y'all. I'm gonna talk about the numbers. I'm gonna talk about the sneakers. You see how realistic the sneakers look? It's a different world, huh? How heartless look. They look a little bit more realistic in this world, huh? You know what I mean? We got Mickey. So they're teasing that Mickey will be playable here, in this area. If you saw my Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal trailer, you already know a lot of the aspects here, but I got a video coming. But yo, Persona, what you think about the screenshots that was shown here for Kingdom Hearts 4?
I gotta be honest, man. This tease is hurting me in a good way. But knowing that I gotta wait more to see more gameplay, be able to pre-order, because you know they're gonna go, it's Square Enix, so you know they're gonna go all out, have some type of a brand celebration, collector's editions and all this. But these screenshots look beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I can't wait. I can't wait for this game.
One little teaser that we're seeing here is that there's a new command option within the battle system,
right? Yeah.
Which is build. You know what I mean? So
isn't what was the name of the thing that you can do in no, it was
the attractions?
Yeah, was that also? I thought that was also that was
no
part of like a specials. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the attractions was like supers or like specials that you could do that you build up to, which was kind of broken. But you didn't have to use them, and they do have the highest difficulty. What's it? Critical. That I know a lot of people are not playing no Kingdom Hearts for critical. Oh my, Kingdom Hearts 3 is easy. I play a critical then. Show ass up. You know what I mean? But yo, I'm very, very excited. Kingdom Hearts is my second favorite franchise all time, next to Final Fantasy. And yeah, I've been waiting patiently for this, man. I've been waiting patiently. Listen, collector's edition, premium edition, the addition to the premium edition to the collector's edition, all getting bought. Digital deluxe bought. The collectible, the action figurine bought. I'm scooping them up. I can't freaking wait. Kingdom Hearts 4, man. I apologize for something. I apologize.
Oh no, listen. I'm just excited. Believe me. I'm very excited for this, for sure. And I like how Sora looks too, man. Sora and the crew looks good.
I got a lot of theories, man, but I don't want to prolong the show. But I got a lot of theories when it comes to this.
I know you're gonna put a video out for sure.
Oh yeah, the video's coming. Pause. It's coming.
Whoa.
Persona, you know what else is coming?
Uh-oh.
But it might be a little delayed. So Marvel 1943, The Rise of Hydra. Another announcement came out here. Launch update. We have an important update. Marvel 1943, The Rise of Hydra will now be launching in early 2026. Taking the additional, the classic PR, taking this additional time would allow us to add more polish, and make sure we give you the best possible experience and one that lives up to our vision. Where we have some exciting things in store and looking forward to sharing more soon. Pretty sure they're gonna probably go at games, from a games fest. But yo, how you feeling, man?
I hope they show some gameplay. This shit, man, we ain't really seen like a true.
Yeah.
How you delaying shit that they?
We saw a cutscene.
Cutscene of T'Challa, of T'Challa's grandfather and Steve Rogers talking. Like, man, okay. Hopefully we'll see something this summer. If not,
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if they're locking in early 2026, Summer Games Fest, they gotta show some gameplay. They gotta be like a gameplay demo.
Yeah, you can't just say, oh yeah, we're gonna delay this to early 2026 and not have like gameplay or something to show. Especially if you put imagine putting pre-orders out for something like this and like no gameplay that showed. Like,
Crazy.
Crazy.
Craziness, man. But I mean, we'll see, man. You know, I'm always going to be hyped for a Marvel game.
Absolutely.
And can they live up to that quality and experience like a Spider-Man, like a Miles Morales, you know, type stuff. So, you know, we'll see. Jeff Keighley I know Jeff Keighley smiling. Jeff Keighley got a show for us this year. I'm pretty sure he got a bang of a show this year because a lot of stuff coming out in 2026, a lot of stuff coming out in the next half of the year. So it should be a good one. Persona, are you ready?
Hey, yo, I'm trying to keep my energy composed until we get to the stuff that, you know, because
are you ready?
I ain't want to waste all my energy on the Kingdom Hearts thing. I'm just as excited as you, trust, but I let you take lead on that.
Are you ready like Freddy? Five
I'm ready
Nights.
like Freddy. Whoa, hold up. Ain't nothing but Five Nights, nothing over here.
It's going down basement. Friday the 13th. And guess who's playing Jason? You better hang on to your teddy. It's Nightmare on Elm Street. And What's Up PlayStation Podcast is about to play Freddy. Jade Raymond.
I'd rather play Michael Myers if I had to play.
Oh, you're Michael Myers. I'm Freddy, man. Go to sleep. Go to sleep and see what happened.
Nah, I'm either Michael Myers or I'm Jason. Like if I had to be any type of like horror, it would be Mike Myers or Jason.
I'm Freddy. Go to sleep. See what happened. You got to go to sleep. I'm catching your ass. You got to go to sleep, bro. You might go to sleep after this podcast. You got to go to sleep.
That motherfucker got to wait for you to sleep. I'm coming for you. Sleep or wake, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about if you sleep or not.
It's my world. It's my world. I can do whatever I want. I can create what I want.
Mike Myers or Jason movie, motherfucker. They don't care. Listen, I'm walking through walls and all that. Listen, brother.
Listen,
you don't sleep. Don't sleep. I'm coming for you, man.
Michael Myers and Jason got dummies they was going against. Okay, but they also got slowed down. You're not slowing down, Freddy. You gotta go sleep.
Yo, listen, brother. Go back and watch the movies. Those are no dummies. You understand,
bro? You had kids not sleeping for days because they scared of Freddy.
And they still went to sleep and got caught. They even got caught up. Sleep and got boys. So get up out of here. How stupid were they?
Yo, I used to be terrified of Freddy until I became a teenager. Start watching him again. I'm like, yo, this dude is hilarious. Freddy is a comedic horror movie.
Real talk, Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember seeing that as a kid. That shit did scare the hell out of me.
I didn't go to sleep, bro.
That shit scared the hell out of me.
Remember when you had like a closet and your clothes stacked up? You think the clothes look like monsters? Yo, Freddy had me shook.
I remember that. I remember. Yo, listen,
Freddy had me shook.
Nightmare on Elm Street. That's definitely a movie. I will say that scared the hell. That as a child, that scared the hell. That scared the shit out of me, man. It scared the hell out of me.
You had to man up a little bit to Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, Persona, this is looking a little scarier over here in the world of PlayStation, where we have another.
Chucky. Sorry. Chucky. Yo, listen, Child's Play. That's another one, yo.
Chucky never scared me.
Not scared me, but those movies were. Seeing those as a kid, you can think back, those movies was definitely a little bit scary to me. Them Child's Play movies was a little bit scary. Go ahead, my fault.
Here's a true horror. Jade Raymond has left Haven Studios, the PlayStation studio she founded. There's no real explanation as far as why she left. This is coming from Bloomberg. It's coming from Jason Schreier. They just talk about a history. Schreier. They talk about a history on Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and things like that. But it was back in like 2020 when Haven Studios got announced, and Jade Raymond was leading the studio, and PlayStation bought them up. And we never really heard anything from them until we got to one of the showcases where they showed Fair Games. So Fair Games, according to Jason Schreier, is still in development. They kind of changed the name, but we'll bounce back to that. But just your overall thoughts, Persona, on Jade Raymond leaving the studio that she created. This is deja vu as well. We saw this with Deviation. where
Yep,
Jason Blundell
Blundell
left the studio that they, created, and
But
then
now we know
this.
he went to PlayStation, and now he's heading up his own studio. Right? This is different. PlayStation. So.
Yo, Jade Raymond, she cute too, man. I need to get her number.
You beat me to it. Yo, listen. I was gonna say that too. I was like, yo, listen.
I come to Canada.
Go easy on Jade Raymond a little bit because she a cutie. She cute. But you gotta get this work, mommy. You gotta get this work.
You won't get this
listen,
work.
man. Listen, man. Jade Raymond track record been shitty for like the past 10 years, bruh. She was with Google Stadia, crashed and burned, ain't built nothing from that. Before that, she was with man, I forgot, was it EA?
Ubisoft.
I forget what other stuff. Ubisoft, but she didn't build nothing from. No, it was something else before Ubisoft because the last thing she did with Ubisoft was
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs, I think. Yeah,
and they're saying right here she worked on Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, and Watch Dogs.
Okay,
then left to do her own studio.
After that, she went to Google Stadia.
Oh, matter of fact, you're right. She was with EA.
Yeah, she was at EA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she was EA. Nothing came of that. She ain't built shit from that. Google Stadia, crashed and burned. Ain't built shit from that. Took some of the Google Stadia devs and other people, built her own studio with Haven Studio, and then lead a studio and still ain't built shit. We talking damn near 10 years and ain't doing shit. Listen, Jade Raymond, baby. Fuck is you doing in the industry, yo? Like, what is going on here? Listen, man, this is not a good look for someone that is an owner and built this studio to be leaving. That's not a good look, right? But from what the article is saying, developers were definitely worried. Listen, this is why I keep saying the same goddamn things, man. Listen, I get it. People don't like me because, they don't like the messenger, right? Whatever. I'm too vulgar. I'm too raw. I'm too blunt. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I keep saying the same goddamn things, and I've been saying the same goddamn things for years. You got to get the community involved in these fucking games. The article is saying that the developers are worried of what they saw of the reception that they got with the game from the people that they let play it is worrying. We still don't know shit about the goddamn game.
No, who are they letting play in these games?
That is also, but that all falls into my point, Bari. You gotta get the community involved in the goddamn game. Nobody knows anything. Nobody's seeing anything. Nobody's played anything. And then Jade Raymond's leaving, and the devs don't know why. The devs are worried about the development process, but they're not getting any type of real feedback. Listen, I don't know who is in these fucking rooms, man. And excuse my language, guys, but I need to get a little bit vulgar. So if you got kids in the room, have them go out the room for about 5 minutes real quick, okay? Let me just get a little raw for a second. I don't know who the fuck is in these rooms with PlayStation, with these developers, with these studios, and playing this shit and telling them what they telling them, but you gotta get the public involved. You gotta get that shit. You gotta show this. You gotta get this shit out there, man. Regardless of how you may think, feel, you gotta get this stuff out there. Because this shit is crazy. Now, the Jade Raymond piece with her leaving, that's shady as hell. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Maybe there was some disagreement. Maybe she found something better. But the fact that you were the owner of this studio, you built this studio, and you're the one leaving, that looks funny as hell on any level. That don't look good. But the fact, hold on, Bart. The fact that with Fair Games, we saw this last year or 2 years ago, we still don't know shit about this game. We don't know when it's coming out. And then developers are saying that they worried about it from the people they let play it. Who you let play in the game? Who are in the rooms? Get this shit in the public eye. Get this shit in the public, man. What is up with all this secrecy bullshit that you keep doing? And then you keep failing. You keep fucking failing and then wonder why and then keep going back and doing the same stupid shit, right? Get this stuff out in the public. Show it. We don't know nothing. The developers don't know what to do because they're not getting the right, clearly, they're not getting the right feedback from whoever the fuck they got playing these games, man. I'm telling you, you got the wrong people in the rooms advising you. And listen, I'm not saying it needs to be me or Barry or WUPS, but you need to get other people in this room that's got their ear closer to the community. Yo, listen, PlayStation and y'all developers, I'm telling you right now, these are our last 6 episodes, and you won't see me ever again. I'm telling you now, you've got the wrong people in your ear and in these rooms advising you on this live service strategy, and it's gonna put you in the hole so bad, it's gonna fuck you up, man. And that's where I'm at. The Jade Raymond situation is funny as hell. Jade, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's some disagreement with PlayStation. Maybe disagreeing with this. Maybe they don't like the development, or they want to do this. I don't fucking know.
No, there's a quote here.
That's some corporate bullshit. I don't care about that quote. When I read that, I said that's corporate bullshit. At the end of the day, there is a disconnect going on with PlayStation, its developers, the community, and anybody else that's advising them on their strategy, where you can't get this shit off the ground. You can't get this shit. You can't get this shit rolling.
Yeah, I agree with the play testing. I don't know who's play testing this stuff. You know what I mean? You can't have people that don't play live service trying to dictate and tell you what you should do with live service. You know what I mean? They don't play these games. You know, I see a lot of opinions out there when it comes to multiplayer and live service about what PlayStation should be doing with this and that. But a lot of the people don't play live service games. You got to get into the people that actually play it, and at a timely, I'm not talking 3 months, 2 weeks, 5 months. You got to get it out there. What Marvel Rivals did, over a year and change, they had them people playing the game, play testing, giving thoughts, feedback about people that really are passionate to play these type of games. Jade Raymond situation, I don't know what the hell's going on. They're saying Jade Raymond has been an incredible partner and visionary force in founding Haven Studios. A PlayStation spokesperson told Bloomberg, "We're deeply grateful for her leadership and contributions and wish her all the best in her next chapter." They added that PlayStation is committed to supporting Haven Studios and excited to continue their journey, implying the development of fair games will proceed, even though Sony has canceled numerous other online multiplayer projects.
I don't believe that either.
Months.
Listen, I don't believe nothing. I don't believe anything about, it'll proceed and this and that, whatever. I don't believe none of that shit either, because look at what you've canceled so far. That doesn't mean that fair games, it may come out. It may still come out. It may be that far along in development where, it might as well just release it, right? But that doesn't mean that it will get a long-term support, or even that it's going to get any type of have any type of staying power, because again, the approach to live service from you is not.
It sucks.
It sucks. It's bad. You PlayStation. And listen, sometimes you got to get some tough love, man. You need to go about this in a much better way, man. You need to be more open. You can't just show shit 3 months, 5 months before launch and just think that's good enough. In a live service space, that is not good enough. Especially if you want long-term. I'm sorry, Brian, I'll shut up after this. Especially if you want long-term recurring revenue for a game. If you want this shit to print money like Fortnite and all this other shit, your approach ain't working, man.
This is why their approach suck, because they're worrying about the recurring revenue rather than making a good multiplayer game. They're so focused on how they can wrap people around on making money, additional content to get people to spend or whatnot, rather than putting out a comparable good game that people enjoy to play. If people enjoy to play a game, then you will make recurring money, because they're going to stay within that world. They're going to stay within that shop, that store, and then you can go from there. Make a good game, but you don't have people in your ear that's telling you the right things as far as like what will make a good game or what people will want. You know, I don't understand how you can reveal a multiplayer game and then we don't see it 2 years later. That don't make no sense to me if your whole approach on live service is pushing live service. Where live service, like I said before, prior to this, is games that constantly evolve. It's constantly, that's why you see all these seasons in fucking live service that have all these patch updates constantly adjusting it. There's no way you reveal a game 2 years ago and we're in 2025 and we still don't know nothing about the game. Who the hell is playing it to say that they don't know what it feels? No, get it in the gamer's hand, alpha, betas, and you go from there. From an alpha beta, you can always delay, but people can give you proper feedback. Not 10 people that I don't know play live service games, you know what I mean, that have a direct connection with PlayStation, a direct communication with PlayStation, telling you what it is, and the game still ain't come out. It's crazy. There's a big issue going on with it. One thing I definitely agree with you as well when it comes to the live service approach is that they're not listening to fans as far as what fans want. Why can't you put out a SOCOM? Why can't you put out a Resistance? Why can't you put out those games? You know what I mean? Like the whole multiplayer live service thing has been a botch. You know what I mean? But we also got to be real with ourselves too. There's a lot of PlayStation fans. They might not play multiplayer or live service games that don't want this approach, but that's not realistic as well. You know, there's no way people can be like, yeah, PlayStation should not do multiplayer at all. That is dumb. That's not realistic. That's a dumb take. Especially people who say that, people, and one second, especially
you're probably gonna say the same thing. Go ahead.
When the number one requested game from PlayStation for them to create is a multiplayer game. But the same people telling you that you should do multiplayer.
And the people who say PlayStation shouldn't do multiplayer, I question your history with PlayStation because PlayStation's been doing multiplayer since PlayStation 2. So
yeah, and
like
this
whole thing of like, oh, PlayStation should, and that's not my case either. I'm not saying that PlayStation should not do multiplayer because PlayStation has made great multiplayer experiences that I cherish from my childhood up until now that I love to this day. Uncharted, Starhawk, Warhawk, Planetside. What's the other one?
They got successful multiplayer games out right now. A lot of people won't mention these games like an MLB The Show or Gran Turismo or whatnot. They're only going to focus on the Bad Apple, the Concord, and go from there. Like I don't like their multiplayer approach when it comes to this generation, their live service, but they do have hits there. The point
is that PlayStation has a history of doing multiplayer games. Yeah, it's not like PlayStation has never done anything multiplayer related in the past, and this is them attempting a new venture. The new venture in regards to what they're attempting now is trying to create something that can have a that brings in recurring revenue from a live service or multiplayer co-op experience, right? The experience for PlayStation with creating multiplayer experiences, they know how to do that because they've been doing that since PlayStation 2. It's the live service approach that really is tripping them up and has them fumbling tremendously. And I've said this in the past when it comes to PlayStation. If you were even looking to do live service, in my opinion, and listen, I'm just a gamer. I'm just somebody that plays the games and enjoys the experiences that are presented to me. But if I'm going into something brand new like a live service venture, and I have this large PlayStation fan base and have cultivated this large PlayStation fan base over decades, over 30 years now. If I'm doing something live service and I want to make it synonymous with PlayStation, I'm looking at legacy IPs or IPs that PlayStation gamers can identify with and use some of those as well in my live service strategy to get some of those people that may be against live service at least to look at that experience and give it a chance. What PlayStation has done here is gone completely away from what they are known for entirely into something brand new, and they are failing. And it's not a good look. And now Jade Raymond leaving, that looks bad on Jade Raymond more than anything else because her track record over the last 10 years has not been good. So this looks bad on her more than anything, but it also looks bad on Fair Games because when you look at Concord, Firewalk, and how that crashed and burned, and you hear what the developers are saying about this game and the feedback they're getting and not knowing anything about this game, Fair Games looks to be poised to go about the way of Old Yeller.
Oh no, Fair Games is definitely gonna get packed up. Like the reason why this one kind of pissed me off because out of all of the live service one, I like the concept of Fair Games. I think it's a fun concept. You know, the heist and you working together to steal something, and working, you know, try to steal something before the other opponent. So you have that PvP, PvE synergy that's going on with it. Because I've definitely played Payday. I think it's fun games. You know what I mean? But I definitely wanted to see more of it to see like, okay, how you want to capture somebody to continue to play this stuff. And it's not just capturing somebody with recurring revenue. Is the game fun? The fact that you're not really showing gameplay is worrying. And that's the issue that's going on here. You got to make the game fun first, then you can worry about revenue. You're already making revenue because you're charging motherfuckers to play for paying for PlayStation Plus anyway, just to play the goddamn game on your own platform, not on PC. But the whole Jade Raymond thing, I think, is funny because she creates, or they have a game here called Fair Games, which is a whole heist, and you pretty much just that's what you done do with PlayStation. You pretty much just heisted these motherfuckers, you stealing their money. Because this game was announced 2021. The studio got announced. The game got announced in like 2022 or something like that, and now we're here. Now they took the $ out of the Fair Games. It might be a different game now. We don't know. But if the secret conversations that you're having, it's not benefiting PlayStation when it comes to live service. You might have the offset ones like a Helldivers that already have a community, that is a surefire hit. But you can't be doing it with these new IPs like that. I'm not against new IPs at all. I'm all for the new IPs and all that stuff. But I do agree, like, yeah, you can use your IPs that you own. That's to garner people's attention. Like, oh wow, new SOCOM. Oh wow, new Resistance. Oh wow, new Killzone. But you're going away from that, which is kind of crazy. But this whole situation, they got to do better, man. They got to do better. They come out and say things that they learn lessons and all that, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it through the actions. I'm seeing the same cycle of mistakes that's happening, which you might have a good game here. I don't know. But the fact that these stories leading up to the game is not doing it any justice, where people might not even touch it anymore because they see this news like, oh, I just lost faith in whatever this is going to be now. Keep it moving. Pure craziness, man. And I blame Bungie for a lot of bullshit too. I'm sorry, man. Listen, like I said yesterday, Persona, man. We've been saying it here a lot. We as PlayStation fans, die-hard PlayStation fans, we're sick and tired of all this. We're cooking shit because you're getting cooked right now. You ain't cooking shit. You're getting cooked.
Bars.
You're getting cooked.
Put that on a t-shirt.
You know what I mean? Not even your single player. Not even the single player games is coming out at a consistent basis of our announcements and releases.
Hey, real talk, Bungie get cooked right now too, man. Shit.
Oh no, they about to get cooked right here because they out here stealing stuff.
Thief.
Thief.
Nasty work.
Thief.
I got a sticky hands. Nasty work.
They saying Marathon released recently. Marathon Alpha released recently, and the environments are covered up with assets lifted from the post design I made in 2017. So this person right here saying that Bungie, it's not the saying, proved that Bungie stole their artwork and are using it in their game. Bungie definitely came out and they came out and said, Bungie, of course, is not obliged to hire me when making a game that draws overwhelmingly from the same designs language I have refined for the last decade, but clearly my work was good enough for them to pillage for ideas and plaster all over their game without a pay or any attribution. That is crazy.
And this isn't the first time that Bungie has done this. They've been caught 4 times doing this.
Like how you even put out something and not know, I'm not even going to say ask that question because I think they knew. Real talk.
Yo, listen, bro.
But yeah, go ahead and speak about it. Let me pull the other side.
Finish.
No, because I'm going to pull the other side of the article.
Okay. So listen. This is disgusting, right? In a world where, on the internet these days, especially when you look at AI and all these other things that can, that can do all these different things and all this stuff going on and people stealing ideas and this and that and all this other stuff. In a world where people want to be credited for the work that they do, and for you to be the size and the sheer size of the company that you are and to move like that is just absolutely disgusting. And this is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened multiple occasions. It happened with Destiny as well, Destiny 2 with one of its trailers. But my whole thing is what also makes this look very disgusting and very shady is the fact that they didn't even tweet this out or tweet out a response on the main Marathon Twitter or even on a Bungie on a main Bungie Twitter. They tweeted this shit out on a side Marathon account. Dev team account. Fucking disgusting, man. Fucking disgusting.
I have it right here. I have the statement. I have the statement right here. We immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of an artist's decals in Marathon, and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in game.
You know why that's bullshit too? You know why I call bullshit on that? And let's say even if a microcosm of that is true, right? Bari, you work in corporate America, so you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to say here, or the question I'm about to ask you. I know how you're going to answer, but for the chat, answer this question. When an employee makes a mistake, who takes the responsibility?
The head.
The manager, the head, the director, whoever.
You should have seen that.
Even if this was some fly-by-night employee or dev doing this, as the director, as the head, as the overseer, there should be checks and balances in place to prevent this. That's why you're the leader. You right the ship. You steer the ship. Let me drive the boat. You are driving the goddamn boats.
Yo, real talk, because even in the creation aspect of games, right? You will see more so a creative director or producer leave, and not the developer. The developers are still creating the game, but there's some type of discourse or some type of disagreement, or any type of discrepancy or whatnot. The head up would leave rather than the actual worker. So the fact that this even got past people to even put in game is wild, and not credit the person at all.
Yeah,
they made more. They had like a stream up, or they spoke about it.
I was
in
the stream yesterday. They spoke on it. Yo, listen, that stream.
It was looking ugly.
It was toxic, bro. I was there. I was watching it live. That stream was toxic, and the art director, he looked visibly. They shouldn't have done the stream yesterday. That they should have definitely postponed that. The art director,
you gotta do you gotta address it. You gotta address it.
I understand that. I know it is fucked up. I'm saying he looked visibly like he looked like he's seen a ghost. But I'm gonna say something that first of all, I gotta give Barry his flowers. We've been giving Barry a lot of flowers in these last couple episodes.
Jay Barry.
I'm gonna give Barry his flowers, and I'm gonna say something, and it's probably gonna get clip. I think, listen, guys, y'all about to get at me, but I'm gonna be honest when I say this. I think PlayStation buying Bungie has made PlayStation worse as a company.
Come on home.
I think them buying Bungie and having them on this committee for this live service thing, because even look at the live service side of things, they're crashing and burning on that. Bungie has failed and has messed up with Destiny 2. The financials with Destiny 2 is off, although it's coming back now. But Marathon does, to me at least, is not looking like a hit. It does not look inspiring. It doesn't look like a game I can see myself playing long term. I actually played it, so I'm speaking from experience. It's not a game I would play long term. Bungie's advice when it comes to live service for PlayStation, it ain't looking good. And I think PlayStation right now, especially since they spent $1.2 billion more than the asking price to retain staff, only for them to be put into the position that they're put in now, I think PlayStation as a brand is worse off now since acquiring Bungie, because they have not seen the fruits. They have not seen any fruits of this acquisition become prevalent yet. And so I think this is actually one of PlayStation's worst acquisitions. And I think they should have left Bungie to fend for themselves in the industry.
Persona. That sounds very familiar. Somebody with a list kind of said that day one.
Bar, I gave you your goddamn flowers. All right, shut up.
No, listen. we gonna put that salt. We're gonna rub it in. Salt good for your body.
Queen, I do think at this point, I think PlayStation needs to assimilate Bungie, and they need to become a part of the Borg. They need to definitely be assimilated.
Everything
100%.
everything we heard about Bungie has not been good. You know what I mean? A lot of the game cancellations, their feedback. What is the main common denominator feedback as far as not feedback, but things that these developers have been saying when it comes to the game being canceled or a game being canceled? Oh, we don't know how this game is going to make recurrent revenue or keep people in get. Yo, the end of the day, like I've been saying, you gotta make a fun game. You gotta make a fun game. Yo, when Bungie did their stream on Marathon and talked about the aspects of the game, how the game works, the lore, everything, I said, yo, this joint sound like Concord and Factions. Guess what games are not there? Concord and Factions. It sounds crazy. I know people gonna say, "Oh, once again, Barry sounds crazy," but yeah, I believe that they wholeheartedly they are part of the decision of Factions get Concord being canceled so early because they have a game coming out that's kind of similar as far as like free runners, and all that stuff. Don't want to tie that shit to them. And then Factions 2. They're part of that too. Just so they can propel their own game.
Even though Druckmann said they weren't, real talk,
Nah.
I believe they were, man.
Listen. We saw the first article where they said they on some board that talk about and pushing live service and how places should be doing it. They talking about all of them. And not to say that I don't like Bungie. I thought Destiny was fun. Thought it was a cool game. I didn't play as much as like Persona did or was dedicated like that. But there's just a lot of decisions I'm hearing. And then now I'm hearing about them plagiarizing people's artwork, and this is not even like a new thing. This is a common thing.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. They gotta
right
be
now. I think Bungie right now is. I don't think PlayStation should have bought them. Like and it's funny because at the time, and listen, I'll collect my L. I'll take my L because at the time I was thinking Bungie would have been one of the people in the best position to guide PlayStation in their live service initiative because of their experience with live service with both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, and also their experience of making first-person shooters with Halo and the likes, right? So that's where originally my thought process came from with, okay, if PlayStation is doing a live service venture and going into an area of the industry that they don't really have a whole lot of experience in, per se, at the time, I felt Bungie would be one of the best people to help guide them through this endeavor of building a live service portfolio of games that would bring in more players, be great games to play, and also have bring that recurring revenue and things like that. I truly felt that at the time, right? But as of right now, when I look at what Bungie has been doing, how they've been moving, and also what it's done to PlayStation. And listen, I'm not going to say 100% of the blame is on Bungie because it's not. Majority of the blame falls on PlayStation for sure because these were decisions that they made. They pushed the money, the checks. They made those, so obviously PlayStation takes the blunt of the blame. But I would not absolve Bungie of being taking some of that blame as well because for you to serve on such a committee and to see all the cancellations, the failures, the shutdowns of studios and things of that nature, what were you consulting on? Like what did you consult to PlayStation to have them in such a position that they are now?
The only thing they consulted PlayStation for is for them to propel their own game, Marathon. Everything that's similar to what that game is gone and canceled. Listen to the description about the game. And you go back to that live stream. You're like, that sounds familiar. They cancel everything that sounds familiar to propel their own joint. How this game ain't canceled and you stealing the artwork.
Listen,
original games is gone. There's no way. What's going on? You out here stealing people artwork.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When my Factions got canceled, Bar, y'all know. When my Factions 2 got canceled, I was already looking at Bungie and looking at this live service shit like, all this bullshit can go, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. All this bullshit can go. Real talk. My Factions got canceled. What up, bro? All this bullshit can go, man. You can keep all this bullshit.
Yeah, man.
All
Yo,
of it.
listen.
Shut it all down.
I don't wish bad
Shut
on.
it all down, man.
I don't wish bad on no developer, but I gotta call a spade a spade. I gotta call a spade, man. It has not been beneficial.
Yeah.
And right from the start, I was just like, I'm reading what they're saying and presenting to the PlayStation fan, and I'm just like, I don't see anything that benefits the PlayStation fan here. I don't see it. Like what this deal is going to be benefiting. You know what I mean? And then more and more we're getting more cancellations than anything. Also, another thing that I said that people are going to disagree with and is going to get clipped up. Look at all the games that's being canceled and all the games that is taking long.
Yo, look at this. Look at this. Breaking news. Yo, I'm about to put this in the chat.
Oh, what happened?
In the YouTube chat, so you can click the link. So Bungie has reportedly scrapped its original June marketing plans for Marathon, which include a new trailer and pre-orders. The open beta in August may shift to a roadmap of public playtest instead. Oh man!
Retweet it.
I retweeted.
Yo, this is what we said from the beginning. Why you
yo, listen. I'm just saying, like, yo, they listen to WUPS. So I'm saying, I said this shit for this. I was the first one to say this shit when they first showed the game. I was the first one to say this. Why is this shit not open? Huh?
Yeah, it don't make no sense that for this big game coming out that I gotta join your Discord, which I'm not doing, to get a chance to play your game. Get the fuck out of here. Who the hell? I don't got time for all that. Give me a link, send me an email, and I'll sign up like that. I'm not doing.
It's buffering. It's buffering.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Oh man, yo. Listen, PlayStation listens to WUPS. Who knew?
Yeah, you see that? YouTube, you started buffering when we about to go in, but all right, YouTube, I hear you.
PlayStation listens to WUPS. I was the first one to tweet this shit. As soon as the stream was over, I asked this question. Why is this shit not open?
All right, so let's move along. I really and truly, like I told you, I don't give a fuck about Bungie, and I'm not going to stay 20 minutes talking about the fucking game I'm not playing. I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like I told you, that's what we talking. I don't give a fuck. Everybody wanted this shit. I don't really give a fuck about no Bungie. Real talk. Sorry, I'm not to be mean. But let's move it along because Naughty Dog, Neil Druckmann, is coaching the voice actress of Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. So Tati Gabrielle is being coached on online harassment. I don't think she's on the internet anyway, but they saying that there's Neil Druckmann has a boot camp on her dealing with online backlash. So Neil been boot camping. This is a quote from her. Neil's been boot camping me. She told EW, which is Entertainment Weekly. I know Troy experience. I know Ashley experience. I know Laura Bailey's experience. I've got a lot of love, but there was a lot of hate over me being a woman and me being a woman of color and me having my head shaved. All these things that didn't even actually initially see. I'm out of social media zeitgeist for that reason. But once I did, Neil was like, ignore it. No matter what, me and you, we're going to make something beautiful. We're going to make something that we're proud of. So we're getting coached out here, you know what I mean, with Naughty Dog games. Because, yeah, the backlash for Naughty Dog games be crazy.
Yeah. Worse than anything I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen it as bad as what, like, Naughty Dog's games, man. It's bad. And I'm worried that Intergalactic is going to get spoiled like it did with Last of Us 2 and all. It's like where like it leaks in the ending or the story of it or something leaks on some crazy shit. But in terms of her getting boot camping, it's crazy that like, because this isn't new. You know, celebrities get media training and all that shit all the time. So like, you know, that's not really anything new. But it's just crazy. Like when you think of gamers and how crazy a certain demographic of gamers, I don't even want to call them gamers, man. Incels, a certain demographic of incels can be, you know, it's understandable why they would need to boot camp their actors and actresses.
After Last of Us Part 2, woof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'd be the small things too, like the fact that you saying stuff like because you're a woman of color, got shaved head, like I listen, bro. Make a fun
real
game.
Talk, it's funny. It's crazy that that's really what it is. She's a woman of color, and she got a shade. Those three things, that within itself is what also got a lot of, because like I remember when the trailer first dropped, people were actually whitewashing her and trying to turn her white or trying to turn her Asian, trying to give her bigger breasts. And
and the makeup and all that on it. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, but the thing is, it's not just like, as much as it's that, I also think it's more so because they did this with Aloy as well. When Forbidden West was shown, they were trying to put makeup on her and make her thicker and more feminine, like, and this and that, and saying she was ugly. And I'm just like I think obviously her being black plays a part into it as well. But I just think it's that for a lot of incels online that are chronically online, their idea of beauty is only one specific thing. And I think when it comes to how they view how women should look in video games, they only have one idea of how a woman should look in video games, and that's white, blonde hair, blue eyes, big breasts, big ass and all this other stuff. Or if they are of Asian descent, same features, blue eyes, black hair, big breasts, big boobs, very, all that other stuff. That's just what they're looking for. And I think that's the only thing that a certain demographic of people within the gaming community, that's what they unfortunately only will accept when it comes to a female anything in video games.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know Naughty Dog gonna make a fun game. Gameplay is gonna be on point. Story is gonna be crazy. Like I don't have. Everybody's gonna have their own reasons of why they don't want to play a video game. It could be this person's a dude. This person's a woman. But at the end of the day, there's so many other video games that you can play that has the things that you want in it, so you can play it. But I don't understand why the fixation on one specific video game, that because they have a black woman lead, that you want to just continue to continue to bash it. Like if that's not what you want, there's so many other options there for you to play. That's the part that's I really don't care why, but that's the part that's bothersome. But go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Yeah, let's move along.
Now, what you gonna say?
Honestly, the thought left me that quickly. I'm getting old. So, yeah,
I really don't want to dwell on these idiots.
We don't gotta get on too long. Like, keep
it's just wild to me, man. These are the people that's ruining this industry. But also, I feel like these companies as well as ruining the industry, because I'm not going to. We're not going to talk about the whole sales and the quarterly reports and all that stuff, because you don't want to hear that from an experienced person that actually in the industry talk about that stuff. You'd rather hear that from people that have no idea what the fuck they talking about.
Shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm not going to talk about all that, but I am going to talk about this though, Persona, because that was said. Sony is considering passing on the price of the tariffs to the consumer in order to mitigate the impact of the bottom line. Also, Sony also is open to manufacturing PlayStation 5 within the U.S. Go ahead.
Sorry, which would naturally bring the price up, because if you're manufacturing in the U.S., that price will go up anyway because of where you're manufacturing at now. So either way, the price would still be going up regardless. Listen, I said this when it happened with the S-Box. When that things happened with S-Box and people say, listen, I already knew that PlayStation wouldn't be far behind. Anybody that thought PlayStation wouldn't be attempting to do something like this was foolhardy.
They did say that it's not right away, due to the fact that they have months of shipments or supplies to sell within the country. Because remember, we spoke about that, and that's the reason why it's not as you're going to hear. You never know, you might can hear it, but according to right now, they're not doing a price increase due to the fact that they have a shipment of supplies you know, in the manufacture, in the warehouses or whatnot.
Which
to sell.
is funny because you said something, you had brought that up in a couple episodes back of how they, when we did talk about it, where they were shipping things over to like, you know, other territories, US and everywhere, to stockpile. It's smart of them because they can kind of stave it off maybe the rest of this year or whatever. But I would imagine 2026 after holidays, they probably wouldn't do it during holidays. That'd be really fucked up. But then again, this is a $1 billion corporation, so I wouldn't put it past them. But I would imagine after in the new year, after the holidays, the Black Friday deals and stocks depleted down, I would imagine they would start saying, "Yeah, guys, so you know, PS5 Pro $850, you know, PS5, you know, $550 or $600 or whatever." So,
yeah, I mean, the reason why I really brought this up too is it's like this industry, you don't understand how you're gonna kill your own industry. You're gonna have gamers feel real jaded. You're gonna have the cost of gaming up so much that people is going to find other hobbies to play. You know what I mean? Because everything is being passed on to the consumer.
Yeah.
Just so you can meet your bottom line, which I get it. You're a business, you got to meet your bottom line. But meeting your bottom line is going to take away from a lot of people that want to enjoy the hobby, that want to play your games. You know what I mean?
Especially
the game
when you
is
post record profits and shit.
Yeah, that's yo. I'm done with that whole talking about
that shit no more.
Their record profits and revenue and all. I'm done with it because 2 weeks later, a month later, you're going to hear let go and
shut down,
lay off,
cancel.
What's
all
the
these
point
record
of talking about
and all
that?
this yeah, and it's like when you see that type of stuff, record profits and all that. Yeah, it's cool and all, but motherfuckers can't even get a showcase.
Yeah, like how is it benefiting? How is it benefiting the gamer?
Yeah,
you know, like it would be cool. Like, oh, record breaking profits. Here's some additional things, or here's what we're working on. Here's this and that. You're getting way more money than ever, but we're still seeing less and less and less. You're getting more and more and more, but we're seeing less and less and less.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all don't feel that way, but it is what it is.
The WUPS boys do.
We'll be gone soon. So
yep, don't worry. we'll be gone. We won't be a thorn in your side much longer. 6 episodes left.
Yeah, I brought this article or this patch notes up in here because Days Gone have a new patch update where it brings a new graphics option called balance, where it's balance of frame rates and resolution rendered at 1800p, targets 40 frames. It also adds VRR is now enabled within the game now. So if you have the capable TV or monitor, VRR now supports it, so you can get those, you know, better frame rates, or, you know, see those little hitches or not in the game, which I'm not seeing anyway. But overall, they added some quality of life stuff in the audio, the controller, the hard assault. They made some updates here, which is just a cool little update that they have. And another update I want to talk about, I think I took this off by accident, but my bad. The first Berserker Kazan added a new mode where it has a new challenge mode here to it. I can find where it's the developer.
It's a new boss rush mode added to the training room.
Yeah, so they have a new challenge. So they have a boss rush mode, and they also have a mode where actual bosses are in world. So you're not just waiting to the end to fight the boss. They're going to be in the world of like a regular mini boss or a difficult enemy. So it's just a cool little update that they add here. I don't know how I deleted it, but I deleted it by accident. But I thought it was a pretty cool update. It's live right now. Both updates are live for Days Gone and for the first Berserker Kazan, which first Berserker Kazan is still one of my favorite games. It's my second favorite game this year. Clear Obscure definitely beat it out, but I highly recommend that game, 100%. Yeah, if you guys don't know, what's up, PlayStation? We're ending at episode 200. You know, we have a whole explanation out there. What episode was like 188, I think, where we made the explanation saying that, you know, we're going to be ending the podcast. That's why you don't see the memberships here on the channel anymore. You know, that's because summertime's coming up. Going to be doing a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff that, you know, on our personal lives that want to get done. There's other contributing aspects as well, as far as just like, industry or community wise things. But mainly it's like, yeah, there's a lot of goals that I want to accomplish. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's fair that, people are paying money and, they even want to check out a podcast, but we can't make it because we're doing stuff on the weekend or we're traveling and whatnot. So looking into the summer and looking into things like, damn, we're about to do like 2 episodes in like 3 months. You know what I mean? It was like life is taking more of a priority than just doing a podcast, So, all good things come to an end at the end of the day. But the last bit of news that we have here, Persona, is that Arma, let me mute this. Arma is coming to PlayStation. So I don't know if you know about the Arma series. Shout out to my man Court, Stealth Guy Gaming. He definitely played this more serious, realistic shooter, and it's coming soon to PlayStation. No release date. If you know Arma, you know Arma, but there's no release date there. They're saying soon it's coming to PlayStation, which I think is here, May 22nd. I might have missed that.
No, next week.
Oh yeah, so May 22nd is coming.
Damn.
I think I was just watching the video. Oh, so they're going to have all the mods and all that stuff. I was just watching the videos, let's say soon, but yeah, the actual text here said May 22nd. Interested? Not interested?
No, I'm good. They could keep that.
Wait, it says Arma came to PlayStation 5 in December? Really? Well, this probably like a new mode or the ad of the mods or whatnot. See mods when? Oh, Arma and mods.
It's an update for mods.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know it came to PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going on Arma. They could keep that.
Well, there you have it. You can get your mods with Arma on the PlayStation. But yo, if you made it this far in the episode, here are your wonderful trophies. One more. All right, so there we go. So I have 2 questions that I want to ask Persona, or just discussions a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but just seeing, things that I'm observing around the industry and just, games that's being delivered. And the first thing I want to ask, and you guys can always participate in the chat. You already know the vibes here. And once again, we do appreciate y'all support for What's Up PlayStation. If you don't mind, hit the like button. And it definitely helps as we close things out. But with the recent funny enough, these 2 questions, Doom, the Dark Ages, is what really inspired me to have these questions out here, or this topic. What's up with digital games releasing at weird times? It's 12 a.m. Eastern time or local time, wherever you at, not viable anymore. Because Doom released at when Doom came out, was it the 14th? No, it was the 15th.
It was the 15th for regular, of the 12th for deluxe.
For early access, early access stuff. But it released at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Weird ass time. Is it because of early access? The reason why we're getting these weird ass times with these games, but it's not just Doom. We've been getting games releasing at 3. It's just weird times. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a great question. I don't know why there isn't just a consistent, it'll release at midnight your local time, or
yeah, Doom is out. Doom is out.
Or whatever, whatever they do. Like, I'm not sure why they do that. I think they try to unify it to where everybody can play at this exact same time. And given the time zones, that means that some people may be out of whack, and that's why it's releasing like that. But, or just release it, whatever your home base is for your development studio, release it at midnight for that time zone and let it be for every. I don't know. It's weird, but I do think the release schedule is weird. It should be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that you have a game releasing on the 15th or the 17th or whatnot, but a digital release of the game can't be at 12 a.m. Heck, even at lunchtime, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 8 p.m. The hell is going on?
Crazy.
I was just looking at it like, yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. People got work the next day. They're going to release a game 8 p.m. We're going to what? Play 2 hours, 3 hours?
Crazy.
That's a weird time. You might as well just release the game on the 16th.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, for
That's
real.
weird. And the other question I have here to talk about, like I said, this is just little small little things that's putting these nuggets out there or these little things in your ear. I made a tweet the other day on the 15th, funny enough, because this is Doom as well. Today's day and age for gaming, you can't have an honest talk/discussion about a game's difficulty or the challenges because of game modifications to make the game easier or less challenging. Personally, if you're going to have things like that, it should be earned. I meant by, but it says but by completing the game. But I feel like I'm the minority with that thought. How do you feel about these game modifications, Persona, especially your first playthrough? You know what I mean? Within a game that you can just crank up. You can have the hardest difficulty, but you can make it so easy where you got more damage, less damage from enemies. You can tailor-make the aggression of enemies. It's just a lot of these options now that you have in these games. And the conversational part of a game, where a game is to be made challenging, but you have all these things, modifications there. Can the conversation even be like a truthful or genuine conversation about a game's difficulty or challenges?
That's a great question, Bari. Mr. J. Bari. I appreciate you for asking it. And I agree. You know, I think that when you look at today's gaming, it's a very disconnected experience because of the varying experiences that people tend to have with the games that we play nowadays, because of how much you can vastly change a game. And I'm not talking about accessibility, right? I think we get accessibility confused with some of this other bullshit, right? Accessibility, at least how I look at it, right? For the disabled community and people that need that stuff, you know, colorblind or need certain sound pings to be able to kind of, or sound cues or audio descriptions or things like that really help the disabled community in the terms of being able to experience the game, you know, because of, you know, colorblind, whatever. But I think when it comes to some of these other features, like, you know, changing how much damage, you know, modifying the damage of the enemy or modifying how much damage you can do and stuff like that, I think that stuff is more so used by people who don't necessarily need to use that stuff. And I'm not saying that stuff, you know, people gonna play how they want to play, but I just feel like having that stuff plastered in my face, I just feel like it's a vastly different gaming experience from what I think back when I was a child. And listen, we've always had cheat codes of like unlimited lives, unlimited ammo, and this and that. Like, we've had that stuff in the past, but when I used to use that stuff as a kid, it was more so for like a fun time experience. And then we move on. Like, it wasn't really something I was using to beat games, right? Now, this is what's happening in gaming. And it's disconnecting the experience, because when you sit down to talk with somebody, so say me and Barry both play Doom. I'm playing on hard difficulty. He's playing on hard difficulty, right? But I'm playing on hard difficulty where enemies aren't doing as much damage or they aren't as aggressive. That now doesn't become hard difficulty. That becomes a custom difficulty that's outside of what the intended difficulty is meant to be for. So when we sit down to talk about a boss or about a certain part in the game that's really difficult, if I'm sitting to him and saying, well, no, this was easy for me. And, well, what difficulty were you playing on? Like, oh, I was playing on hard. You couldn't have been playing on hard because I was playing on hard difficulty and I could barely do damage. Oh, well, I was playing on hard, but I also had this modifier and that. So you weren't playing on hard. You get what I'm saying? You see how disconnected that conversation can become when it comes to gaming? And honestly, I think this is also why there's such this huge disconnect of gamers now, because the experiences aren't the same, and because the experiences aren't the same, people can't relate. And so when people say they want, and this is also probably why developers have a hard time understanding what gamers want, because gamers, it is true, gamers don't know what they want, but I also think it's because every gamer is not experiencing the same thing. So if I tell you, Doom, the next Doom needs to be harder, I was playing on hard difficulty and it wasn't really all that hard, but you were playing on hard difficulty and you said it was that hard, and we both are telling the developer two different things and we both are playing on the same difficulty, how can a developer discern from who to listen to?
Like, I don't have an issue with them adding modifications, but when it comes to certain difficulties, part of the reason why somebody will pick a harder difficulty is because they want that challenge, but you have those options there. It's kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? It kind of throws it off. You know, like, I feel like if somebody's going to pick hard or the hardest difficulty, you would think that, oh, they want what the developer intended them to play, how it is. But the fact that you can customize it so much, you're not even playing the hard difficulty on the way how the developers wanted that difficulty intended to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind if you have that easy difficulty or whatnot, or like how games normally was, when you beat the game, oh, now you can do all this cool, crazy stuff. You completed it. You done what you have to do. You know what I mean? But it was just a little bit weird. Like, I understand why they do it, but you know, the old school gamer me was like, it's kind of throwing off, you know, certain discussions here, man. Yo, let me get these super chats real quick and we come back to it. Yo, shout out to Kyle Ward with a $5, the £5. Matter of fact, he says, I'm glad 4 finally had some screenshots. I was really hoping they do have the turning red world or something related to the movie, at least in the game. So yo, shout out to Kyle Ward. He was talking about Kingdom Hearts and all that stuff back when we was talking about it. And then shout out to my man Slow Mo Backslap with a $5 donation. He said, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good show. I hope you guys enjoy your weekends. Yeah, shout out to Slow Mo, man. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? We appreciate your support, Slow Mo. But yeah, like I said, I just felt like it's kind of weird getting into Doom. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play normal. Let me play on the hard difficulty. I wasn't going to play on Nightmare because I'm not like a Doom person like that. So I'm like, all right, let me see what this difficulty have for it. And then right when I click it, I'm thinking, all right, about to get into the game. Nope. Game difficulty modifications. Like, damn, another layer? Like, can I at least earn these? Like, let me play the game. Let me see how the game is intended to be on this difficulty. Then go from there. That's what I would like. Well, I feel like, you know, we're in the minority of things when it pertains to that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the chat probably like, hey man, just choose what you want to play. I understand that.
Nah, you choose what you want to play and play what you want to play. Like, listen, people gonna do what they want to do regardless. This is just a conversation, right? Because my opinion don't matter that much. You know, it ain't gonna really change nothing. Developers still gonna do what they do, so who cares, right? But I'm just saying, when it comes to the conversation around gaming, things like that really throw the conversation off because everybody's not having the same conversation. Because everybody's not experiencing the same game.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Also, y'all, make sure y'all go and check out DPS podcast, Damage Per Second podcast with Slow Mo and my man Gaming Forte. They do a gaming podcast every Thursday. And yeah, make sure y'all check it out. Give y'all opinions, give y'all thoughts, impressions, and show love out here, man. As listen, we're gonna be getting up out of there, but there's a lot of great podcasts out there that talk gaming and keep it gaming. And Damage Per Second is definitely one of them. So definitely gonna check it out. But yeah, yo, that is pretty much. I'll leave the link for you guys.
This is also why gaming, when you do hear people speak on their thoughts on gaming, it's so surface level. Like they can't speak on mechanics, boss fights, environments, music, game. Like it's just all surface level. Yeah, I think the game is cool. Okay, what's cool about it? It's fun. What's fun about it? Oh, you know, I enjoy. Like, elaborate. Speak on it. Speak on the mechanics. Speak on it. Like, no one can because everyone's playing on easy difficulty with unlimited ammo and modifiers and shit. So like, there is no challenge. There is no thinking that has to go into what you're playing. So that's why everything's so fucking surface level.
You talking about a boss, and man, that was a difficult boss, man. That was really challenging. And this person's like, oh, that was an easy boss for me. Like I killed him pretty fast. Yeah, you did, because your damage is up.
Crazy.
Your damage is up half the percent that is intended to be. You know what I'm saying? But no, don't get it twisted. Doom inspired a lot of these. Well, I love Doom. It's a fun game. It's a dope game. You don't like I say, you don't have to choose those things, but it's just the incorporation of that so early, right away in the game. I would just rather you not have those options right there, but incentivize on the player to complete the game how the developer intended the game to be at whatever difficulty level, and then you earn those things, you know, after you complete the game, and then you can have fun however you want to crank it up, you know. But that's just me. But yeah, let me see if I'm missing anything else, but that is pretty much the show, man. If you all made it this far, here is your platinum trophy. I love that sound. Here is another one. And yeah, Persona, man.
Yes, sir.
Close us out. Let the people know what's going on with you. You've been a little quiet, man. Been a little quiet over there. But now you're back from PAX East.
Yes, sir. Yes,
now you're
sir.
back. You're feeling better.
Yeah, feeling a lot better. Praise be unto the Most High.
Hit us with your outro, bro.
Yes, sir. First off, man, shout out to the WUPS community. We appreciate you guys so much for rocking out with the WUPS boys this Saturday morning, 11 a.m. What's Up PlayStation Podcast. As for me, I am Persona. You can follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. Listen, content-wise, I have no content. I'm actually going to be canceling my membership on my channel this month. So that's going to be ending soon. I'll just put content out whatever I feel like it. But I don't want to be having you guys that are on the membership, you know, paying into the membership, and it's not like on a consistent basis, especially with us coming into the summertime. The content's going to be even more sparse because, you know, a lot of traveling, you know, going out, doing different things and whatnot. So yeah, so the membership on the channel will be ending soon, but content wise, I really don't have much to talk about. I really don't have the desire to talk about anything, and I don't really want to stream anything either. So yeah, right. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. I'll post up little things here and there. You'll see that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate the WUPS community. Anybody finding our channel for the first time, we hope you guys enjoyed your stay. And if you did, hope you earned your like and your subscribe. And yeah, man, 5 episodes left.
Only 5 now. 5 now.
5 episodes left.
Yeah, man. Definitely appreciate, you know, my bro Persona. You know what I mean? He in travel mode. You know what I mean? So no content here. But yeah, as for me, I will have my Clear Obscure review coming out very soon. I currently started working on it. And I will have that up very, very soon. For anyone that do care about that. I haven't been live streaming as well. Like that. Matter of fact, it's been like 3 months since I did a live stream. I just been uploading gameplay channels.
We might do a live reaction to Summer Game Fest. I might do that.
What day is that?
June 6th. June 6th. That's a Friday.
Oh, we'll be within before 200 episodes. That's before 200, right?
Yeah, because it'll be next week. So our last episode will actually be, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. June 21st would be our last episode. If we stay
okay, yeah. So yeah,
well,
it might be one of them weekends we're not going to do a show, but we'll talk about that later. But
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So most likely, yeah, we'll do a Summer Games Fest live reaction here on WUPS. And you already know how we get down when it comes to that. But yeah, that's what heads up to when it comes to like subscriptions on YouTube. I definitely cancel a lot of my subscriptions on YouTube. You know, we live in a different America now, and the more traveling I'm going to be doing, the more, you know, that is going towards that.
$5 add up.
Yeah, for the people I do support, I will be still super chatting, you know, here and there. But you know, monthly stuff, I'm definitely cutting down on a lot of things going forward. So
yeah, I had to pull it back too. Okay.
Just let y'all know, you know what I mean. So
$5 add up, but
yo, them trips ain't just alone in PAX it's like over.
Yeah, like $6 grand.
Like PAX was a lot of money.
Yeah, PAX
you know
is
what I mean?
expensive. Very
And that's
expensive.
just a gaming event. I'm
Yeah.
talking about traveling. Like, you know what I mean? That's gonna be
Out of
more.
the country.
Yeah, more than that.
Feel
But
me?
so yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Trying to see what the world look like. We passport.
I got-
we international. WUPS boys international.
You gotta let them know sometimes, man. But you know, some people get a little bit offended by that. But hey, life be life.
Listen, real talk. Don't take offense to it. For the people that do subscribe, that I was subscribed to, membership wise, listen, man, $5 add up.
Yeah, man.
$5 add up, man. Like, you know,
some people it's not $5. You know, some people
yeah,
more
exactly.
than that.
It's just like, yo, listen, man, it's other shit. You feel me?
Yo, I was paying like about $40-something supporting people monthly for which I don't mind, but like I said, I got things I got to do. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we do appreciate y'all coming out and checking out this episode. For all the people that will listen to it later, you know, the timestamps will be there. Shout out to my man Viper Reap. You know what I mean? Before we head out, we definitely got to bless on my man Viper Reap for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Viper gonna get blessed. Trust.
Yeah, Viper gonna be good.
Viper, you gonna get blessed, brother. Trust me.
A lot of games you ain't gotta buy, Viper. Trust. You're gonna be good.
Yeah, trust.
But yo, also make sure y'all check out Plus on Block podcast as well. Plus on Block, they do their podcast every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time.
And shame on y'all for not signing up to the goddamn Fatal Fury tournament, man. Crazy.
Oh yeah, listen.
Everybody always talking about they want. People always talking about, oh yeah, you know, I want great games and I want the gaming community to be positive and I want gaming to be about. I'm about gaming. I'm about positivity. I want no negativity, no console war, no fanboys. Here you go, a dope fighting game centric podcast trying to do something great for the community with a $300 prize pot.
And they got the game. They got the game.
And they got the game. And you motherfuckers ain't signed up. Listen, man. Episode 200, man. Episode 200, man. Crazy. Shame on y'all.
Oh yeah, but also, I didn't say this, but I'm gonna let y'all know too. When episode 200 hits, X, Twitter, what it is, I'm gone. I'm gonna be gone for a couple of a while. I'm gonna deactivate my account. I tested it just like the other day. Does it deactivate it or reactivate it back to see if it comes back? But I think you have like a month until you can come back. But yeah, I'll be gone, man. I'll be more quiet as far as like interactions and things like that. But that's another conversation for another day. But I'm just giving the heads up.
That'll probably be a conversation we have on episode 200.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be gone. If I
deuces.
Yeah, dude. Just like this episode 194 is now in the books. And with all things we end the podcast with, Persona.
Always remember, guys, What's Up PlayStation Podcast is a podcast for the community, by the community. And we see you guys next Saturday, same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew. You guys have a great weekend. Be safe. It's beautiful outside, too. So definitely get outside if you haven't already. And we out, guys.
Big shout out to my bro, my boy Delwin. It's his birthday today.
Oh, shout out to Del, man. Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's my bro right there, man. So gotta show love. Gonna be a good one. It's a beautiful day. And we go. Catch y'all next week.